Just call government at 1-800-973-3091 and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1921p Morgan silver dollar struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. But with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1921p silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 100 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-973-3091. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-3091 now to secure your 1921p Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-973-3091.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
At US Cellular, we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. Right now, you choose any phone and we make it free. Plus, get unlimited data from supplies to uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, tools, and technology to get you on the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Fleet Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
Hey Pirate fans, the Shakaroni Pizza is back, and only for $13. Plus $1 from every purchase goes to charity. The Shakaroni is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello and welcome into a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930, also online, pr927fm.com, and you can watch us on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Got a lot of great stuff on our YouTube page, including Monday's Brian Bailey Show, where he talked to ECU head basketball coach Joe Dooley. You can check that out. Also, the interviews with the Pirate coordinators in football, Donnie Kirkpatrick and Blake Harrell, and Mike Houston's press conference from yesterday. It's all available on YouTube at Pirate Radio TV. We got a ton of guests to get to on today's show. Coming up in about 20 minutes or so, we'll talk to former Pirate, former Panther, the color analyst on the Pirates IMG network, Kevin Monroe. We'll talk about his long, strange trip to Houston over the weekend and how he's doing now. And we'll get you set for East Carolina and South Florida coming up on Thursday night. K-Mo will join us in just a little bit. At 4 o'clock, we'll talk to Marshall Lamm from the North Carolina Baseball Museum. They have a hot stove banquet coming up in Wilson in November. We'll get you all the details on that and talk about the North Carolina Baseball Museum. Speaking of baseball, my Braves playing tonight, game 1 of the World Series. So we'll get into that during today's show as well. At around 4:25, Will Turner, he's the Stephen Igoe of South Florida from Bulls 24/7. He'll give us a scouting report on Thursday's opponent, the South Florida Bulls. We'll talk to Will at around 4:25. At 4:45, we'll look at the college football action this weekend from a gambling perspective with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. At 5 o'clock, Stephen Igoe will join us, and at around 5:30, we'll hear from Donnie Kirkpatrick, ECU offensive coordinator, his comments from yesterday. So we are slammed here on a Tuesday. Got Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt producing, and joining me inside the Pirate Radio studios to kick off today's show, ECU assistant basketball coach Antoine Jackson. And Coach, we appreciate your time. How you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Getting ready for some Pirate hoops coming up in just a few weeks now. So East Carolina ready to go in Minges Coliseum. And personally, I can't wait to get back in Minges, Coach. It's been a while for me. In fact, last year was your first season here?
Yes, sir.
So you haven't even experienced Minges when they can get rocking and rolling. I know you're excited about that.
From a visiting perspective,
okay.
I have, but not on the home team. So looking forward to that.
Heard Coach Dooley on the Brian Bailey Show Monday, Coach, just the difference the practices are now compared to a year ago, where you actually have a full roster. You can go more 5-on-5, and it can return to quote unquote normal. So how nice has that been as you lead up to this upcoming season?
It's been very much refreshing. Just that you don't have to. I mean, you still have to, in the back of your mind, the normal stuff, but this now it can be like how it was before. You don't have to worry about one ball on, one coach, one manager can only touch a ball. I mean, the stuff we had to go through last year was, it was wild, but that's the way it had to be, and we did it. So it's great to be back to regular basketball.
Yes, sir. Familiar faces coming back on this roster, and a lot of new faces as well. Let's talk about the returners and how they improved. I'll go quickly one by one, Coach. What's Tristan Newton done to improve his game from a year ago?
Well, the obvious is he's in better shape than he was last season.
COVID got him last year, right?
Yeah, I mean, he just has some extra weight on him. Now he's leaner, okay, and he's moving better. He can go longer, harder, longer. So that's been I would say that's the biggest thing with him.
J.J. Miles, we've seen him get hot. We've seen him take over at times. How does a shooter like that get consistent hitting those shots? I mean, that's something I'm sure he's worked on this offseason.
Yeah, but I would say with J.J., him being a leader and accepting it and and doing things. He's you see he's grown up from last year to this year, in my opinion. As far as shoot, I mean he works at it. he's not trying to miss when he misses. I just think the thing with guys shooting the ball, you just got to take good ones. And you'll make more than you miss. You take good ones, and you're ready to shoot them.
Another guy we've seen take over at times, Tremont Robinson-White, and it seems like he's dealt with injuries even before you got here. Yep. But when he's 100%, I don't know how often he's even been 100%, but he can really go. And speaking of leadership, I'm sure you'll be counting on him too for leadership.
He's been healthy. He can. He don't look athletic, but he makes some athletic plays. But being able to get downhill and make plays without turning the ball over. I think the thing with him is that he's made a big jump, not turn the ball over. And he's come a long way with that. And defensively, he gets his hands on a lot of balls. People have no idea just how much that. Just poking the ball and knocking the ball out of bounds. And it don't seem like much because it don't show up in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
But not, taking teams out of rhythm or just bothering players, making them turn their shoulders so they're not facing the basket and they're not, in attacking, in attack mode. Those things are huge. And he does a really good job of that.
Another guy that can defend, I've always been a big fan of Brandon Suggs. I don't know if he's great at anything, but he's good at everything. He can defend, rebound. I love when he gets aggressive, takes it to the hole, and he can shoot as well. Just a good all-around player. And have you seen his game develop this offseason?
He's going to guard whoever the opposing team's best, perimeter player is. He's going to. He can guard anybody, to be honest with you. Maybe not a 5-man, but 1 through 4, he can deal with them, and he's long. And I think with him is he's 6'7", and spread out and play with your length. But he's like you said, he's pretty solid, at everything. I think the area he's continuing to grow in is handling the ball, which he's gotten better at. He's definitely gotten better at handling the ball, and his shooting has been good. But his defense, versatility on the defensive end has been his biggest. On the upside for us.
And Luigi DeBow back as well, another guy that's dealt with injuries in the past and going to help you out on the interior this season.
Yeah, again, he's another one. He's got himself in terrific shape. His energy level is high. He's a motor guy, and he's been able to score the ball. Going into this preseason, he's gotten better at it from last year. So that's something we would love to see continue as we get to play against people outside of ourselves. Which I know these guys are tired of going against each other because we've been doing that since since the summertime. But Luigi's, like I said, is active, energetic. Chasing down loose ball rebounds. He gets more. We were actually talking about this as a staff. He gets more loose balls than anybody. I mean,
another hidden stat. Something you don't see. That's a big deal.
Extra possessions.
Yeah, Coach. At this point, and it's gonna change soon, but like Vance Jackson and Winston Tabbs, not really Winston Tabbs. We've seen him score a lot, but these guys are almost like myths at this point because we're hearing a lot about them, but we haven't seen them. You've seen them every day. So why are people excited about these guys? What are they doing at practice? What are they doing, scrimmage wise that should have Pirate fans excited about seeing these fellas?
Well, to start off, we can start off with Vance. He was a highly recruited, player out of high school. Okay, and he's been an accomplished college basketball player wherever he's been. So he's proven already. He's got a lot of games under his belt. Okay, and while Pirate fans will be excited is, he's one of those guys that's being able to make perimeter shots. And that's an area where, we haven't been the best in, okay? So adding a person that's a good player that can make perimeter shots, and he's tall, okay?
We'll take it.
That helps.
Yes, sir.
That definitely helps. He's also the only player on our roster that's played in the NCAA tournament game. Okay.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
Came from, last year playing at Arkansas.
Yeah.
They played, they played in the tournament. So he's played in, high level, meaningful games, which, a lot of guys hadn't. So that's huge. To Winston Tabbs, we're talking about somebody that, he averaged 13 a game in the ACC. He's another one. Perimeter shooting. He shot for his career, I think, like 37% from three. Okay. It's a good, it's a really good number.
Yeah.
So, and he's a proven scorer. I think that's the thing with both of them. They're proven scorers. So you add them to the mold, and that's why, for optimism, people, why you would be excited. So now, when adding new people to the fold, figuring out, which is what we're going through now, figuring out how you're actually going to fit in, and this is just players that naturally. Young people worry about scoring points.
Yeah.
And that's not, that. But now, figuring out how do you get them within the context and the flow without, disrupting everybody else.
Well, I heard Coach Dooley say everybody's excited and happy until the game starts, and you're sitting on the bench. And I was going to bring this up next with you. You kind of got into it without me asking, but you're a coach. You're also like a teacher, a psychologist. Like, you got to keep these guys happy together, all that. That's part of the biggest challenge you face, maybe.
Yeah. And he says it to them. And he's right. Because everybody, because now there's no added pressure or reality. Let's just say reality. There hasn't been a reality yet of who gets the minutes and who doesn't. Right. So, and it's not personal.
Yeah,
it's not personal. But we know young people take it personal when they don't play. They don't look at it, They want to say, I'm a grown man, or I'm grown up. Well, young people don't always act grown up, okay? And we didn't even, I know I didn't when I was their age. I didn't always act grown up either. So, but those are the things we're going to have to work through, and you got to keep everybody. It's a long season. We say this all the time. It's a long season. Everybody's not going to have a great game all the time. So you got to keep, guys that aren't playing a lot early, or if you don't play well, like, you can't go in the tank. You just got to keep plugging away, and at some point, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. And Coach, in the era of the transfer portal and bringing in these guys you brought in, it also looks like you brought in a recruiting class that people are excited about as well. When you look at Reyes, Small, Felton, and I might leave some names out, Mosher, Marlon Leston, like, how many of the freshmen,
and Brandon Johnson,
how many of those guys do you think will be a part of this rotation? And how many of these guys are you counting on in year one?
Well,
on game day, I should say.
You're gonna count on all of them, right? But their roles are going to be different.
Yeah.
Okay. So Javon's been, Javon from the guard standpoint, coming in, he's had moments. Alexis, being able, taller guy, being able to shoot the ball from the perimeter, he's had some stretches. RJ, athletically, he's built like a grown man coming through.
I just want to see him in the layup line before the game do some dunks. To be honest with you,
his
highlight tape's crazy.
Yeah, that'll jump out at you. And he plays really, really hard. He only knows one speed. Okay, but that's fine. I'd rather have to try to help slow somebody down.
Right.
Always gotta speed him up. Tay Mosier is a unbelievably hard worker. Like, he's always in the gym. He's always working. His time will come. Okay. Marlon got here late, so he wasn't privy to the summer that everybody else had. That's not his fault, though. That's not his fault. So, but he's getting better every day. Brandon Johnson, y'all gonna like Pirate Nation. You're gonna like him. So how we talked about Lucy getting all these loose balls, add him to the mix. He's one of those guys.
Brandon Johnson listed 6'8", 210. So guy inside that can help you in there. Talking to Antoine Jackson today, getting ready for some Pirate basketball. Got a few minutes left with Coach Jackson. Coach, what do you kind of finalize? You talked about roles and defining roles on this team. Is that kind of what you're finalizing here as we get set to get into November and get into real basketball? Like, what are the emphasis on right now at practice, day in, day out for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. At this point, we've been practicing for so long. We started practice at the end of officially like the end of September, first couple days of October. Okay, back in the old days, you started October 15th. So we've been gone. It's really long for the players, long for everybody. But at this point, you're trying to figure out now. Once we get to playing under a whistle, like, you got to start to finalize, like, not just who your starters are going to be, who's your rotation's going to be.
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to play, 9 to 10 guys? I think the players dictate that. It'd be nice to be able to play 9 to 10 guys. That way, you're fresh, and you don't necessarily have to depend on guys and wearing them out. But like I said, the players dictate that. If everybody, plays well, and then, knowing their roles, that's the other thing, and we still, we're still figuring that out. And so is every other team in the country, for the most part. It's probably figuring the same thing out.
Coach Dooley said you guys wanted to go fast. Part of that is your defense, right? If you force a miss, you can get out and run. And it's hard to play fast when you're giving up points and taking the ball out. So if the guys want to play fast, they got to play defense, right?
That's right. If you can, getting stops and defensive rebounds, when you do that, you can run. But you're right. When the ball's going through the basket and you're taking the ball out and you're playing against someone else's set defense, it's not. There's no more fast break. Yeah. So the ability to be able to get stops, defensive rebound, and you're playing against a unsettled, broken floor, not playing against a set defense. Yes, those enhance your chances of being able to play fast.
Coach, a lot of people are curious about these super secret scrimmages that are like we can't talk about. I know the Pirates have a couple, maybe already had one. Anything you can give us out of that? I don't want you to get in trouble.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Were you pleased? Is that a fair question?
Well, obviously it's going to be some.
Is it like a real game? Like, is there a clock? Is there officials? Is it?
Yeah, so there are officials. Then you can do it however you want. So there are officials, okay, and you'll play 40 minutes. All right. You can also, if you want, at the end, if you want to do situations, you can do it. If you want to play an extra, if you want to play an extra 8 to 10 minutes to maybe get younger guys play, or guys that didn't play as much, more time and a chance to look at them, you can do that. And it really all depends on whatever the coaches agree to. But we saw some good. You also see a lot which you got to work on. And I think that's the biggest thing is being able to play under a whistle. Referees, because in practice, we're getting on the guys about playing hard and playing with toughness and not worrying about fouls and all that stuff. Well, like now, it's got to transition to like this stuff is for real.
Right.
So like they're not going to let everything go. Okay, we're not referees, so I'm sure there are a lot of travels and fouls and things that go on that we don't always call, we don't always see. So like now it gets magnified.
Yeah.
Okay, but playing against, and I think it's exciting for our players to be able to play against other
definitely
other people. With not just against going against ourselves.
Finally, Coach, we'll let you run, but the COVID year, a lot was different, including recruiting, where you couldn't go out and see players and things like that. You're gearing up for this season, but how much have you been able to do of that since the guidelines have eased off a little bit? And how much, I'm sure you guys love to go out, watch games and everything. How much are you enjoying that?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, to go out, we started to go out during the summer. Yeah. So, being able to do that was great. Being able to go back now into the high schools has been it's been refreshing, because we basically went 16 to 18 months without being able to do any of that. So I mean that's been great. I mean I've been to high schools, been to a couple of junior college jamborees to see, like a jamboree, see a bunch of teams at once. So being able to do that, like I said, has been awesome.
Coach Jackson, we're looking forward to the season, man. Thank you for dropping by today, talking some Pirate basketball with us, and we'll do it again down the road with you.
Thanks for having me. Go Pirates.
Yes, sir. There's Antoine Jackson joining us to kick off a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll switch gears, talk a little Pirate football when we return. Kevin Monroe joins us on the other side. We're back with you after this.
It's October, which means it's time to get ready for Halloween. This is Lisa with Halloween Express, Greenville's locally owned Halloween superstore for 23 years. The Halloween fun is back, and we have everything you need to make it one to remember. From kids to adults, we've got you covered. We have the largest selection of masks in Greenville, plus every other costume you can think of. Come visit our new location in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville on Greenville Boulevard, open 7 days a week. Halloween Express, what are you going to be?
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
There's clearly a difference.
Hi,
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Well, CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, busy edition of PRL today, as we had a ton more guests to get to, including Marshall Lamm from the North Carolina Baseball Museum, hot stove banquet going on in Wilson in November, with former Cardinals manager Mike Schilt as the speaker, the scheduled speaker. So we'll get all the details with Marshall Lamm coming up at 4 o'clock. Will Turner from Bulls 24/7 will join us to give us a scouting report on South Florida. Stephen Igoe joins us later. Jeff Nadu as well. We'll hear from Donnie Kirkpatrick. But right now, we will talk to former Pirate, Panther, color analyst on the Pirates Learfield Network. He is Kevin Monroe, who joins us. And last week, Kevin, you had some voice issues. I think those spread through the phone, and I got them now. But, man, I hope you're holding up okay today after what was a long, strange journey to Houston for you over the weekend. How you doing, man?
Listen, I am doing much better. I tell you what, the pregame, obviously, as you know, with the 5.5-hour delay, got a little crazy because my man Jeff Charles had no problem just standing on the radio and just talking. And I finally had to take the headsets off and say, Marty, you got it. I'm getting out of here because I won't make it to the end of the game if I stay on the radio. So I took a break and was able to make it to the game. But, yeah, it was rough. Yeah, when y'all got to the travel and the buses and the planes, Kevin, I know you were about done with it. I listened to you guys for a while, and I sent you a text. Kudos for what you guys were doing. That was something that nobody had experienced before. And I asked Brian Bailey this yesterday. I'll ask you, Kevin, and part of it was spent on the air, as we all heard. But what do you do for 5 hours and 20 minutes while you're waiting for a game? What did you do the other night? Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, it was so much going on. Like you said, for a while we just kind of talked about random things, and then we did the interviews with Coach Dooley and Coach Godwin, and I think they played some of the Marshall game. But we were just up there kind of chilling. We were just sitting around. We had already done all of our game studies, so there wasn't much to do. So we're just kind of hanging out in the press box, talking, messing around with our phones, just waiting for information. And it wasn't coming very fast. So it was a tough time just kind of sitting around waiting.
The game itself, Kevin, another one of those that slipped away from the Pirates. Got to give them credit for the great comeback. Got to give the defense credit, obviously, for shutting out Houston in the second half. And they were flying around, Kevin. That was the best defensive performance I've seen that second half since probably go back to the Cotton and Bell and Eskridge in those days with the Skip Holtz teams in the late 2000s. But again, the Pirates unable to get it done at the end. Couple of offensive possessions late in the game to try to score, kick a field goal, win the game. They can't do it. They lose it in overtime, and you're just left with a bad taste in your mouth, like you were in Orlando and like you were here at home against South Carolina.
Yeah, I would completely agree about the defense. I think it was the best defensive performance, certainly under Coach Houston in his 3-year tenure, and Blake Harrell. I just think that they were lights out from the defensive line. I mean, 5 sacks. We hadn't had 5 sacks in the game, and I don't know how long going back. Those guys were just firing bullets left and right. The blitzes from the linebackers were landing home almost every time. The DBs, they weren't picking off passes the way they were in the past, but that's just because the quarterback was so rattled that he either was throwing to wide open guys or he was getting sacked or he was throwing it away. So I just love the defensive performance because the fact that the offense really struggled through most of the game. They kept the offense in the game, kept them within striking distance, and allowed them to be able to make the comeback there in the fourth quarter. Not able to pull it out, but defensively, I'm so proud of that team defensively, and I'm super excited about what they can do going forward. I just need the offense to catch up to them.
No doubt. Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin, Jaquan McMillan had an interception, had it called back. It was that they might have called pass interference. It looked like I think it was Saba grabbed a jersey. A little ticky-tack. And then how about the other play from your vantage point that a lot of Pirate fans were talking about? C.J. Johnson practically punched during a play. I guess the ref saw it because he threw the flag, called it unsportsmanlike conduct, but he said it was after the play. Would have gave ECU a first down instead of it's first down Houston. Did you see that live from your vantage point, Kevin? And what were you and Jeff saying on the broadcast about that one?
We actually didn't see what was going on. We knew that there was some sort of personal foul after the fact, and Houston got the ball, but we weren't sure, what happened. It wasn't like there was any replay or anything of what was going on. So I didn't see that one. The pass interference call, that was on Warren Saba, and I think he panicked a little bit, and he kind of pushed the receiver. What he didn't realize is that Jaquan McMillan was coming underneath and was playing a great zone, and so the guy had Saba outflanked going to the corner of the end zone, but Jaquan McMillan was coming right underneath and was right there to make the play, and he picked it off, and Saba just couldn't keep his hands off the receiver. So I think it was a good call. Just unfortunate because it was unnecessary because McMillan was right there.
Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin, South Florida coming to town and feeling pretty good about themselves. They were able to knock off Temple the previous week. They are a young, growing program with Jeff Scott as coach. Pirates are a 10-point favorite in this game, and that is pretty shocking to see. East Carolina a double-digit favorite against a conference opponent, but heck, that might be the case next week when they take on Temple as well. Quick turnaround. Mike Houston and the coaches have a tough job this week, Kevin, of getting these guys some rest after they get home, Sunday morning, but also doing the proper preparation for another football game. So a tough week for the coaches, tough week for the players. What do you think about this quick turnaround the Pirates have?
It'll be interesting. From South Florida standpoint, a lot of people are saying they're kind of in a rebuilding phase and they aren't that good, but South Florida, they're spinning it. They're saying different things. What they're saying is, hey, we played 4 top 25 teams in our first 5 games at State, Florida, and BYU and SMU. So they're saying, hey, no matter how good we were, we probably wouldn't have done that well against those 4 opponents. But now things are getting back to normal. They had a hard-fought battle against Tulsa, only lost by 1 point. Then they beat Temple by 20. So they're feeling pretty good about the way things are going. Matter of fact, they rushed for 421 yards, I think, in their last game against Temple. So the 2 running backs are running well. They're trying to get things going with the quarterback situation, trying to play better defensively. So they feel like they're a pretty good team. They're just now getting a chance to play the schedule they're used to playing in conference and feeling better about things. And I think, with the short turnaround, it's more of a scheme thing, because what happens is usually you get to put in your defensive scheme and your offensive scheme on Sunday when the guys come back, they watch film, you start implementing things, and then you get more film study on Monday, you get out on the field and you start to implement it on the field. Same thing Tuesday. And then Wednesday, you kind of get a little bit of a mix, but you go back to doing what you want to do with your ones and going against the scout team offense, scout team defense. And then Thursday you slow things down, and Friday's a walkthrough. And so that's kind of how it normally works, but you miss some of that implementation stuff now because the game is so quick. The guys didn't even get back till Sunday morning, so you don't want to do a whole lot on Sunday. You have to give them a day off in there somewhere. And so that's the biggest thing. I'm not so worried about the guys and their legs and their bodies. As long as they weren't injured going in, they'll bounce back by Thursday. They're young kids. They'll be ready to go. It's just more about, hey, do we have the scheme implemented? Do the players know what's going on? Have they had a chance to do their film study? And that's the key. So if the coaches are able to find a way to do that, and now everything's so, technology-wise, the players have iPads. They can watch film in the dorm room or in their apartments. We couldn't do that back in the day. So they're ahead of the game. They should be fine. But, yeah, you hate to see them play so quickly, but I'm not worried about their bodies bouncing back.
Kevin Monroe joining us. Some good insight from the former player, KMO. Kevin, kind of $1 million question here. I mean, we've seen a big enough sample size now that this ECU offense can score in spurts. They can also take entire quarters and halves off where they don't do anything moving the football. So it has been a struggle. And, where do you lay the blame? I mean, does it go with the coordinator and the calls up top? Is it Holt Naylor's inability to move this offense as a quarterback? Does it come down to him not having as many options because the offensive line can't hold up? Like what needs to change moving forward if the Pirates want to get to 6 wins and go to a bowl game this year on the offensive side?
Well, obviously the blame can go a little bit of everywhere. But the old saying goes, the quarterback gets too much credit when things are going well, and they get all the blame when things are going bad. And so I think that's what we're seeing a little bit of. And if the blanket question is can Holt Naylor do the job? Can he play the position? And the answer is yes. The problem is, can he do it consistently? Yeah. Can he come in and game out and play to that level that we saw him play 2 games ago? And so that's been the problem, and we don't know why. We don't know why when things break down, he won't just run, and he'll force a pass in that he shouldn't force a pass or take a sack that he shouldn't take. I don't think anybody's asking him to be Superman. We just want him to make the easy play, make the quick decision, take off running, make a quick throw the ball away. And I think, make the right check, get your offense in the right situations. And I think people are frustrated with that, because he showed us as a freshman that he could get out there and beat teams and do well. And some people would just say that he hasn't progressed the way they thought he would. So does he get all the blame? Probably not. But it's just a fact that now this is year 4, and just people wanted to see more, and they're not getting it. And so does that mean that the guy behind them is going to go out and do better? Maybe not. But if you're preparing for his career, if you're saying this is the guy for the future, at some point he's got to play. So we'll see how it goes. I don't doubt that Holtman is the best person for the job as we stand, but you can't get any better sitting on the bench. So who knows what will happen if the other guy gets in.
Kevin Monroe joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Always enjoy his insight. Kevin, every year around this time covering the team, I'd go out to practice and ask the players one particular question on this week, and I was unable to talk to players this year, so I'm going to ask a former player, Kevin Monroe. Kevin, what was your all-time best Halloween costume?
What you don't know about me is that I'm still evolving. Like, I dress up every year for Halloween at my company, and I've had some great ones. I've been Mike Tyson. I've been Michael Jackson. I've been MC Hammer. I'll have to send you some pictures.
Yeah.
I've got a killer one coming up. I can't tell you what it's going to be, but I've got a killer one coming up, and I may hold off on it until I have the opportunity for everybody to be back in the office, because right now we're a little sparse. I may save it for next year.
Wow.
But I love dressing up for Halloween. It's kind of been my thing, and people are always excited to see what I wear next.
Shirley, you need to hang out with Kevin. Shirley's kind of the only person excited about Halloween over here, Kevin, so it sounds like you need to hang out with him instead of us. Shirley.
Well, yeah, definitely, because at least he sounds like he's way more fun on Halloween than you guys are.
Definitely. I had no idea about this Kevin Monroe. So, Kevin, let's see some pictures so I can put them out to everybody, and everybody can laugh at you. That's great.
Well, pull out my Instagram. I usually put it up on Instagram. So over the years, they probably I was Usain Bolt one year. I'm telling you.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Kevin, thanks, man. Have a great call Thursday, and enjoy a Saturday off, man.
Listen, one thing you probably don't know about me is I spent 5 years of my childhood in Montgomery, Alabama. My father was stationed there in the Air Force. And so our vacation every year was Six Flags, an Atlanta Braves baseball game.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Bravos.
Let's go.
We'll talk some Atlanta Braves baseball next time we talk.
Yes, sir. All right. Game 1 tonight. Looking forward to it. We'll talk some World Series next week when we join you. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. Wow. What a time for Kevin Monroe. Halloween week and Braves in the World Series, and his Cowboys are in first place. He's living the dream right now.
So does that make up for him being a Cowboys fan?
A little bit. Usain Bolt, Michael Jackson,
That's
Mike Tyson.
crazy. That's insane.
Like some guys, I would say more than 50% just be like, one year I was Superman. And they're not that into it. But every now and then you get a Shirley Rhodes, a Billy Weaver, or
now a Kevin Monroe
that are like super jacked up about Halloween. I love it. That's awesome.
I mean, Halloween has always been one of my favorite holidays, aside from Christmas, obviously. But I don't know why it is, but I love the spookiness of Halloween, and I really get into it. And, of course, with my godson picking out my costumes.
That's like a tradition, right? For you two?
Yeah. It's been that way since he was about 3 years old. And, the deal was I tried to get him to wear a suit, and he wouldn't let me dress him up in a suit, so I made a deal with him, and he's 9 now, and that the deal has not changed. Well, part of it has. He doesn't wear a suit still, but he still picks out my Halloween costume. So
2 years ago, Lily said, I remember it was Halloween. She said, I don't think I'm gonna dress up next year. I don't have the Halloween spirit anymore.
Oh,
it was very, very sad. But I did see a picture of her earlier this week wearing some type of pumpkin get up. So maybe she will do something on Sunday.
I mean, I'm going trick or treating with Jason on Sunday night. So
I definitely need some candy.
I'm gonna have plenty of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm got my costume, and we're gonna go walk around town and score some candy, and then I will do my annual inspection of candy that I want, and he can have the rest.
Good plan. Let me check all that for you. Do a little taste test. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 1. More to go on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
This is a public notice, only at Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Every single item must be sold at pennies on the dollar, up to 75% off mattresses, furniture, wall to wall. Only at Discount Mattress and Furniture, all wood chest, $99. Computer desk, $99. Nightstands, $49. Dinette sets, table and 4 chairs, $199. Chairs, end tables, coffee tables, $20. Hurry, when it's gone, it's gone. Winning is not everything, it's the only thing.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
It's Bostic Sugg Furniture's 84th anniversary. Since 1937, Bostic Sugg has built a legacy based on quality furniture, value, and exceptional customer service. Get anniversary savings up to 15% off store-wide, plus 6 months special financing on brands like Lazy Boy, Kincaid, Rowe, Bassett, and more. Plus, for a limited time, get local delivery for only $19.37. Wake up to a whole new you and enjoy 72 months special financing on a new Serta or Restonic mattress now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
The Rick House, Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar, has great specials throughout the week, like $10 Tuesdays. Get 8 traditional wings and a draft beer for just $10. Wednesday night is date night, 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Friday is smokehouse night with the best ribs and brisket around. Saturday is Italian night, featuring all of our made-from-scratch pastas along with 2 glasses of wine. And on Sunday is the legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
Pirate Radio.
You know, East Carolina deserves to go to Omaha. People should be worried about us. We're going to be really good, and I'm not afraid to say it on record.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at PR927FM. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at FreePR927FM. Join the over 50,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, the pictures are rolling in.
Uh-oh.
Shirley, this is good stuff here. I guess this is that James Brown, I would imagine?
I don't know, but that's an outstanding suit.
Kevin Monroe, who would have known?
Wow, I'll post these on Twitter, but Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
These are incredible, man. Kevin said, I shouldn't have mentioned Instagram. I'm getting all these requests now. One of those is from Chandler.
It's from me.
So now Kevin's Instagram, he's going to be like trending on Instagram. So Kevin Monroe, big Halloween guy. I'll put out these pictures so people can see him on Twitter. Redbeard says, is Billy Weaver going as John Cena for Halloween since we can't see him on the 5th quarter? That's a good one, Redbeard.
I like that one guy that called in and asked where Weaver was, and you said he wasn't here, and you said something about he has it in his contract that he doesn't show up after midnight, and he just went, rookie.
Rookie. He's like a gremlin. Can't feed him after midnight. We also created a monster. Robert says, the 5th quarter call-in show. We're here until the last teat is sucked.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I think I saw Steve say trick or teat.
He did. Yeah, a lot of teat talk going on.
Welcome to my teat talk.
So, guys, let's be adults about this, okay?
All right, let's behave.
Let's behave. Oh, behave.
Oh, behave.
I did not watch Manning Night Football last night.
I did.
I didn't either.
with Marshawn Lynch.
Hold on. Chandler and I, this is our favorite thing. We didn't watch it. Shirley did.
Well, I didn't watch all of it, but I watched some of the segment with Marshawn Lynch.
So he said a bad word like I did.
He said several. He said several bad words, actually.
Yeah, he went F word, too.
Yeah, and then he also said the S word.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I think it was Eli that had brought up the notion that when he played, he would take a shot and a half of Hennessy before the game to kind of just get him ready for the game. And he's like, so where are you right now? And he's like, shoot. He's like, I'm 3 shots in before I even showed up with you guys. I mean, he was just as laid back as he could possibly be.
That's
it was actually
how I thought it would be.
It was highly entertaining. I hate that I missed Sue Bird, but I couldn't stay up till the third quarter because the game was a snoozer.
Yeah.
But to watch,
it's a good thing they have Manning Night
yes,
Football
because
the game
it was
awful.
Yeah, the game was awful.
By the way, I tweeted it out. I stepped in gum yesterday for the first time in forever, and I think credit to society, we're doing a better job of not littering, particularly not littering gum. Like I feel like there's less gum.
They're
around.
under school desks.
They still could be there, perhaps, but I stepped in gum yesterday.
Okay.
I took that as a sign because when I looked at the matchup, Saints Seahawks, Sean Payton, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is a major, and you saw it last night in the rain. Gum chomper, just nonstop, just gum all out his mouth and all over the place. And I said, all right, I'm taking that as a sign from the football gods to take Seahawks +4, and they lost by 3. That's a winner.
Wow,
that's a winner.
So
there you go. All right.
I've been kind of just looking around my surroundings today, looking for signs. I haven't seen anything yet.
That's actually a cool,
neat story. Thank you. What did you watch?
Cool, neat story.
Thanks, Joe. What did you watch last night?
I watched the Hornets losing overtime to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. Hornets' undefeated season comes to an end. The Hurricanes' undefeated season rolls on. They keep winning.
Were you aware of this clip, Brock, that when we beat the Nets on Sunday to go to 3-0, it was the first time in franchise history that the Bugs went 3-0?
The stats to consider.
Kind of sad, right?
It is very sad. I was very surprised to see that we didn't at least start the season since 89, I guess, 88.
We
haven't gone 3-0.
We need to change that to sad stat to consider.
Sad and depressed. Here's this is more of a factoid to ponder upon.
Factoid to ponder upon.
Tonight, you'll see 2 Snitkers. Brian Snitker, the manager of the Atlanta Braves, will be coaching Atlanta in the World Series. His son is a hitting coach, Troy Snitker, for the Astros.
Interesting.
Cool. Neat story.
Thank you.
Factoid.
What else is going on tonight on the probably not a lot of
if you're a big soccer fan like I am, Carly Lloyd is hanging up her cleats, and tonight will be her final game. She's playing.
She's going to throw them on the power line after the game.
Yeah, sure. But she will be making her final appearance. I think they're playing Korea.
Is this a friendly?
It is a friendly.
All right.
But it'll be her final game as a national team member. She is retiring. So retiring from soccer altogether, not just the national team, but she's also retiring from her club team.
Okay.
So you've got that, and that kicks off at the same time as Game 1 in the World Series. So I'm going to be flipping back and forth.
Minute Maid Park is the scene at 8:09 tonight on Fox. Still can't completely grasp what's happening. I don't know if it's hit me yet. Maybe it will when I turn it on tonight. So Braves Astros Game 1, NBA Sixers Knicks, Lakers Spurs, Nuggets Jazz. Nuggets lost last night to the lowly Cavs.
Lauri Markkanen with a poster on the Joker.
There was a lot of posters last night.
Including Miles Bridges.
I love Miles Bridges after the game. He got a poster dunk from Jaylen Brown. And he said, I'm going to jump every time. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't care if I get dunked on.
He tweeted,
Especially,
I saw that.
that's easy for him to say since he dunks on everybody.
Yeah.
You know, if he didn't dunk.
He's on the other end of the spectrum in that situation.
Yeah. I mean, he's compiled more posters of other guys than posters have been made of him getting dunked on.
Right. He had a big dunk last night.
Which, by the way, it's still a phrase. Like, put him on a poster, posterized.
Put him on a poster.
Are posters still a thing?
Like a poster?
They're like everything's digital now.
Like a poster you put on your wall?
Do people still get posters? Do kids
They
get posters?
Go to Walmart, they still sell posters.
They still sell posters. It's not as prevalent as it used to
Do
be.
they still have the thing where you like flip through them?
Yep.
Oh, I love
Yes.
that.
Yeah, Walmart.
I still stop and flip
Chandler.
through.
We get it, Bruno Mark. You're a big Walmart guy. You can get $12 nice dress shoes and a poster.
And a poster, baby. Come on.
At Walmart. You ever heard of it? Little store down the road.
They sell Bruno Marks.
Yeah.
I always stop and look through.
I used to go to the fish tanks in Walmart. You know, they sell the fish tanks.
That's right. I was going to say fish tanks.
You used to go to them?
And watch the fish.
Mom and Dad say, come on, we're going to the zoo. They take me to Walmart.
Good and well I won't go and get a fish that day.
Take me to Walmart to look at the fish.
Yeah, man.
That is a cool, neat story.
Yeah, man.
Says a lot about Chandler's childhood. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. We will talk to Marshall Lamm from the North Carolina Baseball Museum. They have a hot stove banquet coming up and a lot of other things going on. I don't know much about the North Carolina Baseball Museum, so we'll talk about what it's all about, give you all the details on that, the banquet, golf tournament, a lot going on. We got that. We got Will Turner from Bulls 24/7 and Jeff Nadu in a busy hour number 2 of Pirate Radio Live, and it is on the way after this.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
When fun finally returns, Bud Light legends don't just come back. They come roaring back, carrying a cooler full of Bud Lights, an inflatable dolphin, and those Velcro pads with the balls that stick to them. And this summer, with a cooler at their side, they're gonna make up for all the fun we've missed. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers. Cooler up at BudLightLegends.com. Enjoy responsibly. 2021 AB Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At US Cellular, we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. Right now, you choose any phone and we make it free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Well, the secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville, near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Flea Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Flea Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Flea Feet has the tools and technology to get you on the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Flea Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Be sure to stop by their office at 801 Staten Road in Greenville, or you can book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you. Busy hour number 2 on tap on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk to Will Turner from Bulls 24/7 Sports. Get a scouting report on South Florida, as they'll be in Greenville coming up on Thursday night. Also, the big man on campus will get his thoughts on the line of that game. East Carolina, now a 10-point favorite, double-digit favorite against South Florida. A little surprised he got that high. We'll see what Jeff Nadu has to say at 4:45. Stephen Igoe joins us later on the program as well. But right now, we'll head out to the Fixed NC Live line. We'll talk some baseball, as the World Series is tonight. My Braves taking on the Astros, and some hot stove action going on in November. We'll talk about it now with Marshall Lamm with the North Carolina Baseball Museum as he joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. Marshall, thank you for your time. How you doing?
Well, good to be with you, Clip. I'm a big fan of the show, and happy to be on to talk some baseball history.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So let's get right to the who, what, when, where, why, Marshall, of the North Carolina Baseball Museum. For people that don't know, give us the background, the history of the NC Baseball Museum, starting with where is it located?
We are located in historic Fleming Stadium here in Wilson. We have been open since 2004. We are a product of our local Hot Stove League chapter, and we had some very enthusiastic local individuals who looked around at the landscape and said, we don't have anything really recognizing the rich heritage and history of the sport as it pertains to North Carolina. So they created this museum, and we held the Hot Stove Banquet every year, not just to raise money for the museum, but to actively recognize people from North Carolina in the sport, and we've had some wonderful award winners, and we've had some wonderful guests over the years.
And just the legendary names that have gone through the state of North Carolina in baseball is countless, Marshall. And who are some of those names? Let's talk. I mean, going back to Babe Ruth, right? Here has a connection here to North Carolina. So, what are some of the items, the memories, the stories told there in that North Carolina History of Baseball Museum?
So as you know, we are the largest state in the country to not have a major league franchise, but that doesn't mean that we don't have a deep history. We have a lot of minor league teams. We've had many of them over the years. We have a number of really good college baseball teams. Not playing any favorites there. We have some great high school teams as well, and we've seen a number of people come through the state at all sorts various levels who have greatly contributed to the story of the sport, both in North Carolina and throughout the game in general. Josh Hamilton, Rod Carew, in fact, was came up through the Twins organization. He actually played here in the stadium in 1966. We've also seen guys like Pete Rose, Carl Yastrzemski come through the various Carolina minor leagues. And if you look at the history of East Carolina or North Carolina State, I hate to mention that on this radio show, but there's some great names, and a couple of those great names we've given to some awards in the past. There's a number of award winners from our banquet that your listeners would be very familiar with. Seth Manis, Parker Lamm, Spencer Brickhouse, Jeff Hoffman, and then of course this year we're giving our pitching award to Gavin Williams and our Trot Nixon Award to Bryson Worrell. So we look forward to Coach Godwin bringing them to our banquet, and we have one eye on the past and one eye on the future.
Marshall Lamm joining us. Let's get some details on the banquet that is scheduled for the 9th of November, Tuesday, November 9th. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. The banquet is going to take place at the Wilson Recreation Center on Sunset Avenue, Tuesday, November 9th at 6 p.m. We also have a social event that afternoon at the museum, which is located in Fleming Stadium at 300 Stadium Street in Wilson. That social event will take place from 4 to 5:30. That's also an excellent time to meet some of our guests, including our keynote speaker, get some autographs, and start looking at the items that we'll have in our fundraising auction.
And if people want to attend, Marshall, what do they need to do to make sure they're able to attend the banquet this year?
So all you have to do is buy tickets. We sell them here at the museum. They're available at a number of locations throughout Wilson: Earl Boykin Sports, Dick's Hot Dog Stand, and A Plus Graphics. And we will also be selling tickets at the door of the event.
And once again, Marshall, what is transpiring at the event that people can be excited about this year?
So it's a couple of hours of really good food. We're going to have a barbecue dinner catered by Parker's Barbecue from here in Wilson. We are going to have a variety of award presentations. We're going to have folks from various minor leagues and colleges from around the area who are going to talk about their teams a little bit and what their expectations are for either the upcoming season or, in the case of the colleges, how they've been doing last year and this year. We're going to have Coach Godwin from East Carolina. We're going to have the coach from Mount Olive, from Barton. We're going to have folks from the Mudcats, folks from our own local Wilson Tobbs. We're also going to give away some awards, and then we'll have our keynote speaker, Mike Schilt, who was until recently the manager of the Cardinals, and he's going to talk a little bit about his experience in the sport and likely do a little bit of question and answer with the audience.
Yeah, and that was not even a bit of a shocker, a huge shocker, the way the Cardinals played down the stretch, and by the time this banquet goes on, who knows, Mike Schilt could have another managerial job. I don't think he's going to stay jobless for a long time, Marshall.
I don't think so, and that's what we were a little bit worried about. Was he was very quick to get in touch with us, and both he and his family have been absolutely wonderful about this. This is definitely not the curveball that you want to deal with when you're getting ready to speak like this.
Yeah.
The other thing we're worried about is, yes, if suddenly a team says, we'd like to hire you, we need you to come up tomorrow, but that's if 6 different major league teams are knocking on your door, you're doing something right.
No doubt about it. Talking to Marshall Lamm on the Fixed NC Live line. So, NC Baseball Museum, also the banquet coming up, Hot Stove Banquet on November 9th, and also some plans for some stuff you got going on early 2022, Marshall, including a golf tournament and something neat coming to Pirate Fest, right?
Yes, so several years ago, we started working on the idea of a traveling exhibit because while we absolutely love for everyone to come and see the museum, not everyone has heard of us, not everyone knows that we're here. So we put together a traveling exhibit that can go to outdoor festivals, to minor league or college games, and we were talking to the wonderful people that run Pirate Fest a couple of years ago, and we were all set to go out there in April of 2020, and it was going to be our first year there, and, well, it's almost 2022, and we're excited to finally get out there. So we should be out there, I believe it's Saturday, April the 9th, and then sometime in May, we're going to have our celebrity golf tournament in Wilson at Wedgwood Golf Course. And we don't have a date finalized for that yet, but for all of the events that we're going to or for whatever we're doing at the museum, you can get in touch with us in a number of different ways. We have our website, ncbaseballmuseum.com. On Facebook, we are the NC Baseball Museum. And on Twitter, we are at NC Baseball Museum.
Awesome. So a lot of different ways to learn more, and man, I got to get over there and check that out, Marshall. That's some great stuff. We'll run over one more time all the details for what's coming up, but I do want to ask you this too, being such a baseball guy. Do you have a prediction for the 2021 World Series? What's going to happen between the Astros and Braves this year?
I really wish you hadn't asked me that. I have been trying not to say Braves in 6 out loud, because if I say it out loud, something's going to happen. It's been a long time. It's been since '95. Yep. I think we have a good chance this year, but please don't make me be the reason that we jinx this.
Yeah, I'm superstitious as well. I'm going to say your prediction will not have an impact on this game, although we always look for a scapegoat, Marshall, so I don't know, it could be you at the end of this thing. But no, I'm excited. First time since 99 in the World Series, looking to win it for the first time since Marquise Grissom caught the fly ball, and the Braves won it over the Indians a long time ago. All right, before we let you go, Marshall, one more time, if people want to check out the banquet coming up on November 9th, how do they go about doing that?
You could purchase tickets here at the museum, at Rowe Boykin Sports, at Dick's Hot Dog Stand, and at A+ Graphics, or at the door of the event. If you need any further details, you can check us out on our website at ncbaseballmuseum.com, on Facebook at the NC Baseball Museum, or on Twitter at NC Baseball Museum.
Marshall, thanks so much. We'll keep in touch. We'll do this again and talk more about the North Carolina Baseball Museum right there at historic Fleming Stadium in Wilson. And appreciate your time today, and we'll do it again down the road.
Thank you so much, Clip, and go Braves.
Yes, sir. Go Braves. There is Marshall Lamm, another Bravos fan, joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. That's pretty neat. Wide Awake Wilson, Shirley Rhodes, the North Carolina Baseball Museum, and
my old stomping grounds.
That's right.
And I will be returning there this weekend.
Oh wow! Are they? What are you in a parade? Are they throwing you a party?
No. Barton is having
She's
their
coming home.
I'm coming home. It's homecoming, and they are going to be playing Bluefield State, and I will be attending my very first Barton College football game
because they started playing. Was it last year during COVID, or was it the previous year?
I think it was the previous year.
But either way, you don't get a lot of Saturdays free.
I don't get a lot of Saturdays free, and it just so happens
that's awesome
that this Saturday, since we obviously have a Thursday night game, this Saturday I don't have anything to do. I have something to do that morning, but the game's not till 2:00, so it's not a short drive to Wilson.
2:00. Check it out. So Shirley will kick off at 10 a.m. Doing the 4-hour pregame, and then take your calls after Barton.
No, because at 10 a.m. I'll be DJing an event over in Farmville. So
DJ Shirley Rhodes.
DJ Shirley Rhodes.
We are doing What is the name
And
of that?
she's forgot the event.
No, it's Paint the Pink. I can't remember if it's Paint the Walk. Something like that. Anyway, I'll go back and check it. Oh my gosh, my friends are going to be furious with me that I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head.
You've been fired from this event. They're going to go
getting
in different
No, they
direction.
can't fire me. They've already paid me.
What a mistake.
Whoops. Sorry, guys. It is a walk to benefit. It's a breast cancer awareness walk, and we're going to be kicking it off at 9 o'clock on that Saturday morning. And I'll be out there DJing the event. And then right after that, I'll be packing up my stuff and then heading over to Wide Awake.
Can you play some Pooh Shiesty for me?
No.
Did not make
That
the
is
cut.
no. That is not on the playlist.
Dang it.
I'm doing a free Pooh Shiesty event this weekend.
Tim Tebow's going to be there.
Oh, no.
People ask me all the time, who is Pooh Shiesty? I say, I don't know, but we got to free this guy.
Okay.
What did he do? I don't know.
I have not a clue.
It's Pink the Ville. That's the name of the...
not Paint the Pink.
Paint the Pink is Pink the Ville.
Pink the Ville.
Yes. That's the name of the event.
All right.
We're all wearing pink.
PTV.
And there's going to be a raffle and all sorts of vendors out there, and I'm going to be out there spinning some tunes.
Pink is Steven Tyler's favorite color.
Why, yes, it is.
All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back when we return. We'll talk to Will Turner. He is the Stephen Igoe of USF, works with Bulls 24/7. What do we need to know about South Florida's offense, defense, special teams?
Wait, wasn't he in a movie?
Yeah, that sounds like a very familiar. Is it like Pirates?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name was William Turner.
Will Turner.
Mr. Turner.
He's the son of Bootstrap Bill.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's just I just had that random thought.
That's the guy we'll talk to after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com. University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. ENS offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. ENS Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holt Nailers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they've come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
You demand perfection.
That's why you drive the perfect car. Okay, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but it's perfect to get you to Domino's for their perfect $7.99 carry-out deal. Carry out any 3-topping pizza or a 10-piece order of wings, smothered in delicious sauces like hot buffalo, garlic parmesan, and honey barbecue, just $7.99 each. Demand the perfect carry-out deal at Domino's. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. Shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, they have a full service and repair facility. Brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World, across from Speedway at Bells Fork, and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Barat.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Stephen Igoe will join us later. Igoe and I make our picks every week. And last week, we had USF and Temple on the card. And I took Temple because they had, won a conference game, beaten an FBS team. Igoe took South Florida. And Igoe was right because the Bulls dominated that game 34-14 down at Raymond James Stadium. So South Florida playing with a little confidence as they head into Dowdy Ficklin Stadium on Thursday night. Let's learn more about the Bulls as we talk to Will Turner from Bulls 24/7. He joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Will, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. How about yourself? I got my fried okra ready for you, brother.
All right, grab the fried okra and let's talk some football. Will, man, what happened in that game on Saturday? 34-14. That's South Florida's second win of the season, first over an FBS team, and had the folks feeling good down there, at least for one Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely not. They played big boy football is what they called it, between rushing for program record 421 yards, holding the ball for program record 44 minutes and 35 seconds. They controlled the clock. They controlled the game. The defense played probably their best game of the season so far, which wasn't necessarily hard to do since Temple only ran 34 plays. But when the defense was on the field, they did a good job of getting the Owls off of it. So all around it was a pretty solid game. It looked like it could have gotten away from USF pretty early. There was an early 10-point swing in the first quarter that ends up going the Bulls' way. They miss a field goal on a box snap, and one of Temple's guys picks it up, runs it all the way down the field. But Chris Carter, backup tight end from Homestead, Florida, down in the Miami area runs 21.12 miles per hour at one point to hawk this guy down from behind, stop him at the 5-yard line, and ultimately USF gets an interception out of it. Michaela Point picks off DeJuan Mathis, looking for a touchdown pass there. So that's a big 10-point swing right there. You know, you keep 7 off the board after you were supposed to get 3 on the other end. So USF then just pounded the rock, and that's what they hoped to do against Temple. They saw that Temple couldn't stop the run, and between Jaron Mangum, Kelly Joyner, and Brian Petit, they racked up the yards. I mean, almost 6 yards a carry for 9 in Joyner's case, but 6 yards a carry for the other two. Just pure dominance in the trenches.
Will, that's great that you brought up that play. I mean, that shows right there that the team hasn't quit. Those hustle plays like that, especially in a 1-5 season. Maybe you're worried about things going south, guys packing it in. It doesn't appear that's the case when you get plays like that and it turns into positivity for your team. So I guess everybody's still bought in down there to Jeff Scott and are going to play this thing out and heck, try to reel off a few wins and who knows, maybe try to get to 6 wins this year.
Yeah, ironically enough, they're still not mathematically out of it since they have 5 losses. You know, they've got a pretty tough schedule though to finish off the year, but you know, some winnable games after what we saw against Temple. You know, after ECU, obviously, you've got Houston for homecoming, and then Cincinnati after that to finish off the home schedule. Then Tulane and UCF. So I mean, if you go 4-1 in this stretch with your only loss to Cincinnati, you're in a bowl game. So. Yeah, it's kind of wild considering a 1-5 start, but you look at those teams that USF lost, not 1-5 start. I mean, all 5 of them except for Florida A&M were ranked at some point in time this season. NC State before they lost to Miami, Florida before they kind of lost a few games there to Kentucky and a few others. BYU is still ranked at this time. I think SMU is still ranked at this time. So they were the only team in the country through 5 weeks to play 4 teams in the AP top 25 at that point. So, you know, there might be 2-5, but they've played 4 really, really good ball clubs in SMU, BYU, Florida, and NC State.
Will Turner joining us with a breakdown of the South Florida Bulls. It'll be Pirates and Bulls coming up Thursday night, 7:30, Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Our pregame coverage begins 3:30 on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Will, let's talk about the South Florida offense. Who are the players to watch? And we'll start at the quarterback position.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like, Timmy McClain has taken over the starting spot. True freshman out of Seminole High School, which is near Orlando. Comes from a winning program, led them to an undefeated Class 8A state championship last year, and they don't win it without him. 8A is Florida's largest classification, so a lot of talent in that classification there. That classification's always wide open, so they bring him in there. He plays a little bit at NC State, plays a little bit against Florida, gets his first start against Florida A&M, and has taken it by storm. There's a little concern. I think he tweaked his ankle against Temple on Saturday night, so there's a little bit of concern this week. They're trying to keep him limited in practice to see if he'll be ready to go for Thursday night. If he does not go, it'll be Travis Marsh, COVID year freshman, kind of what I'm calling him, was on the roster last year. He is a COVID year freshman from Miami Central, one of the most winningest programs in Florida history. So, again, you've got two winning quarterbacks right there. But Travis Marsh played a little bit last year, struggled against Cincinnati in his first start, but bounced back. He's got really good. He's got probably the best arm talent of any quarterback on that roster. Throws the deep ball really well. He's just got to be a little bit more accurate. Once he figures that out, he could be really, really solid behind McClain. He was 4-7 against Temple for 25 yards. So still remains to be seen, but it looks like either one, McClain or Marsh, should be able to lead the Bulls to some success on Saturday from the quarterback spot.
And Will, before we get to the skill guys, I want to make sure, am I looking at the stats right? Does South Florida have 2 passing touchdowns in 2021? Is that right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That they had 1 passing touchdown against Temple, from McLean to DeMarcus Gregory, I think, in the second quarter. And but you look at the rushing touchdowns clip, and they've got they've got 12. I mean, or they got at least 12 because Jaron Mangum has 12. So I mean,
It almost looks like I'm looking at Navy stats.
And they're running the ball.
Yeah, they're like a triple option team. Mangum with 12 touchdowns alone this season, and you've got some others thrown in for a total of 16. So South Florida, I guess it's fair to say they want to come in and establish a run on Thursday night?
Yeah, which is weird because at the beginning of the season, they were trying to throw the ball around. They thought that's what they were going to be able to do, but the running backs have came on strong. Jaron Mangum's the Colorado transfer that's had a really nice season so far. Obviously 12 touchdowns. The first few games he was money inside of 10 yards, but kind of was struggling on other kind of in the middle part of the field, but started to get some good momentum and some wiggle in between the tens, and had a career day against Temple. Kelly Joyner kind of got lost in the rotation a little bit. He was USF's leading rusher, I want to say 2 seasons ago. And he played really well, and that was his best game of the season without a doubt. So kind of showing what he could do. And then Brian Battie had a 100-yard game against Florida A&M and had a 100-yard kick return against Tulsa. So they've got 3 really good backs, and Mangum's your power guy, and then you got 2 speed guys in Joyner and Battie, and then even you look down the depth chart at Darian Felix, who's a former Oregon Duck. I mean, you've got a guy that played under Willie Taggart over at Oregon and has had some good success. A guy from right down the road at Fort Myers. So you got 4 really, really good backs right there for USF, and that looks might be their identity coming down to this season with how well the offensive line has played in the run block.
Pirates definitely want to try to run the ball as well on Thursday night with their backs, Rajay Harris and Keaton Mitchell. How about the South Florida defense, Will? What's the strength of the Bulls defense?
Well, it's been hit or miss. When they're playing well, they're forcing turnovers, and when they're playing well, they're getting pressure on a quarterback and they're forcing turnovers. That's the biggest thing. Is against Temple was the first time we really got a chance, and parts of the Tulsa game for that matter was the first time we really got to see this defense start to shine. Glenn Spencer, the former Florida Atlantic / Oklahoma State, spent some time at Georgia Tech. He's been around college football for a long time. He typically likes to run a 3-3-5. They have switched to a little bit more of a 4-man front here and there to try and get some more speed on a field and pass rush. Tramel Logan's been a big part of that. And they've got 4 super senior defensive tackles in Kevin Kegler, Kelvin Pinkney, Blake Green, and Thad Mangum. And the first 3 have been on the roster for the last 4 or 5 years themselves. So, you've got a lot of experience up front. And when USF is playing well, they're creating turnovers. That's the biggest thing. Is Dwayne Boyles and Antonio Greer have had interceptions or fumble recoveries in each of the last 3 games for USF. So the biggest thing for them is they gotta put pressure on the quarterback, and they gotta force mistakes. Their secondary has been a little bit depleted. Had some injuries back there. Christian Williams played his first game in 6 weeks. Miami transfer, Kansas State transfer Will Jones was out before the season started and hasn't played a snap in a USF uniform. Rutgers transfer T.J. Robinson missed a couple games. True freshman Jalen Herring missed a couple of games. So a lot of mixing and matching on the back end. But when that defense is playing well, they're creating turnovers and they're creating havoc.
Will Turner joining us. It'll be East Carolina and South Florida going at it Thursday night, 7:30 ESPN. If you're not at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, and you can check out our Bud Light pregame tailgate at 3:30, postgame after the game. Will, South Florida has seen both sides of the coin, moving to the Big East, getting that bump. Things were going great with Leavitt, top 10, top 5, whatever it was. We don't need to rehash the entire history there. But this time, UCF gets the call. South Florida left out, so we can commiserate with you there, Will. What's the talk about conference realignment right now amongst the South Florida folks?
Yeah, so first of all, it was number 2 because USF fans will make sure you get it right. So the program's had a lot of success in 25 years. Obviously, this recent stretch doesn't show the success that they've had in the 25 years of their history. With Levitt and even Willie Taggart back, from 2015 to 2017. That first year Charlie Strong. But I think a lot of folks I think Charlie Strong did a lot more damage to this program than what meets the eye, simply because of the fact that the roster was held in a very rough state in terms of Jeff Scott's had to bring a lot of transfers in to kind of change the culture a little bit. Needed a complete culture change, in all honesty, a complete 180 in what they were trying to do. And of course the facilities behind. I mean, I know East Carolina has to deal with this too. There's no IPS at USF, and they just broke ground or had a groundbreaking ceremony and told the IPF won't be started until November. But they're finally getting an IPF, which is going to be huge, especially down in Florida where it rains, like clockwork in the summertime. It's needed. These guys had to move practice to evening suite to get ready for ECU. It's been raining during the morning. So, if they have an IPF, that takes away all those problems. And then try to build an on-campus stadium too. And except for those ECU fans that have been to campus, it's kind of a condensed campus. It's within a couple city blocks in Temple Terrace, which is 15 minutes more to downtown Tampa, and it's about 15 minutes down to Raymond James. So on a good day, down to 275. But they're just trying to build an on-campus stadium, and there's a lot of things that go alongside with that. And I think that's ultimately going to help USF in terms of any future conference realignment. But I think USF ultimately right now, they don't deserve to go to the Big 12 the way they've played football over the last 3-4 years. I mean, it's that simple. They're not going to want a team with USF's record. If this happens in 15 to 17 or any time through that, USF is back on the upswing and UCF is going winless. I think it flips. I think USF would end up in the Big 12 as opposed to UCF. But that's a what if kind of mentality. But it sucks for USF fans. They're upset. But really, a lot of these people are a lot of the athletic folks that are in the department now are really looking towards the future as opposed to looking back in the rearview mirror, which is just a great mentality to have with what they're trying to do with the athletic department.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Talking to Will Turner from Bulls 24/7. You can check out that site if you want to know your enemy as we head into Thursday night. Will, great stuff, man. Appreciate you joining us today. We will check in with you again down the road, maybe talk some hoops here in a couple months.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited for it. I know it'll be a completely different team when ECU lines up against USF on the basketball court on the men's side, and then the women's course, the best teams in the country. So it'll be a fun couple of months here for both USF and ECU, I think.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. Will, thanks so much, man. Have a good one.
Appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
All right, there is Will Turner joining us. Chandler, what's it say on the video that you typed?
Will Smith.
Yeah. Can we show our guests some respect on this show?
I just now noticed that.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I know Will Smith is the Braves closer. He's also the Dodgers catcher and
Fresh Prince
and actor entertainer. But we were talking to Will Turner today.
Why did I put Will Smith?
You were getting jiggy with it a few minutes ago, so maybe that's what it was.
Now you put, okay, Will Turner. That looks a lot better.
Bootstrap Bill.
So my apologies to the Turner family.
My apologies as well.
Thank you for apologizing.
Will Smith. Why was I thinking about Will Smith?
Sometimes Will Smith just goes through your brain.
Oh my God! I used to watch Fresh Prince a lot as a kid.
As did I.
But I used to watch all the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I had a Will Turner action figure.
Okay, that might be going a little too far.
So there's no excuse of me not being able to think of Will Turner.
No excuses.
The son of Bootstrap Bill.
You got the nephew of Uncle Phil up there, not the son of Bootstrap Bill.
That's right.
How come he don't want me, man? All right.
How come he don't want me?
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to Jeff. Whoever Chandler says.
Jeff
his name.
Smith.
Jeff Blauser, former Brave.
Jeff Francoeur.
Frenchie. We'll hear from Jeff Nadu, the big man on campus. What does he think about the line of this game? East Carolina -10 against South Florida. We'll discuss that and more when we return after this.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Pirate fans, single game tickets are on sale now for as low as $20 for 3 great games to come. East Carolina will take on the Bulls of South Florida, the Temple Owls for Hall of Fame weekend, and then Thanksgiving weekend, it's nationally ranked Cincinnati. For tickets, go to ECUPirates.com.
You can paint this one purple.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza. Homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chakawinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership. Savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
This is ECU Assistant Football Coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Let's wrap up hour number 2 by talking some lines with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. He joins us here on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Big man, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you, Clip?
Hey, doing all right. We will get to college football in a moment, Jeff. I know the last thing on your radar right now is Major League Baseball, but my Braves are in the World Series, so I'll get a gut reaction from you. The Astros are minus 130 to win tonight, so they're a home favorite over the Braves for the series. Astros minus 140, Braves plus 120. Not a super disparity there between the two teams, but the Astros are the favorite. And I won't hold your feet to the fire on this because I know you haven't looked into it much, but any thoughts on the World Series?
Yeah, I think really just looking at it from the outside, especially for someone that, I'm not from Atlanta, I'm not from Houston, I don't care about either team. It's a tough thing for me to want to sit down and watch or care about, and I think, the Astros are interesting, but all due respect to Atlanta, it's great that they're there, props to them, but I think they're going to have a lot of trouble. I mean, you look at, it's not real easy facing not only the Dodgers, but now you got to come back and face the Astros. We know how good that offense is, but they've done a great job, Atlanta. If you'd have told me they'd been in the World Series, I'd have told you you're crazy. They're just on a great run right now, and sometimes you need a little magic. You need all that kind of stuff to come together and it come at the right time. So who am I to tell you they can't do it? But I just think that's really tough to have to face, Correa and Altuve and Alvarez and Bregman and Gurriel and all these different guys. That's just so tough to do, especially after you just faced a team like the Dodgers. And you're able to beat them, but it's hard to do that stuff in a row. Plus, Clip, we've seen it before with baseball and really in any sport. Sometimes a team, they're just happy to be there sometimes. They're just not really, they're not built to do that all. The Astros are a built team. They've been here before. That's not to say that, we look at the Rays. What was it last year? Just didn't have enough. We're really good, but just didn't have enough. So
yeah, I hear you, and I sit here and I think about how much I thought like the big bad Dodgers was almost the end game. Like, can we get past the Dodgers? We did. I hope the team doesn't feel that way, but as a fan, I certainly feel that way, like almost mission accomplished. But now you're right. You got a whole nother series to go.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. That's a great way to kind of put it. Like, it's almost like the NCAA tournament. It's what makes it so hard to win, especially if you're like a mid-major or even, a 13 or 14 seed, something like that. Not only, you might get to the Sweet 16, but it's like, wow, we still have like 3 more games to go. I mean, even just to get to the Final Four. So, yeah, it's a tall order, but, the Braves have a great lineup. They believe. I think they're going into it with the thought we can win. So, who am I to say it? But I would lean Dodgers to get the job. Or not you beat the Dodgers. I would lean the Astros. I'm sorry.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Quick turnaround for the Pirates, big man. As a lot of fans don't care about this. Some do. They have covered in 3 straight games. They'll try to make it 4 in a row, and they'll try to get off the schneid losing these games when they take on South Florida coming up Thursday night. The line is up to 10, total at 56.5. That 10 is a little too rich for my blood, Jeff. I don't know. South Florida coming off a win against a bad Temple team, as you know, big man. But what do you think about the Pirates and Bulls coming up on Thursday night?
Yeah, so pretty interesting clip. ECU, not a team in a betting profile that I'm looking to lay points with. So when I talk about betting profiles, there are things that I want to do. So, for instance, with ECU, if I'm getting 10, I'm getting 7, I'm getting 4, I'll have interest. Maybe even lay a point or two. But I'm not laying 10. That's not a betting profile I want to lay. you look at the last 10 as a favorite. ECU's 3-7 against the spread. I mean, this is a team that had trouble with Charleston Southern this year, as you know. This is a team that sometimes plays down to competition. And this is interesting with South Florida, Clip. Last 10 games as a dog, which they're a dog pretty often. They're 0-10 straight up, okay? They don't win the games, but they're 6-4 against the number. So they hang in games. They've actually played really well recently. You look at a nice win last week against Temple. They hung right in the game a week before against the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. You know, this is a team that hung with BYU, and they were ranked. The problem that South Florida has in this game, and where ECU, I think, is really going to have major success, is on the ground. I mean, this South Florida run defense is horrid. I mean, when I say horrid, bottom 5 in the country. They're giving up Clip 6 yards a carry. I mean, they're that bad. They've pinned their ears back a little bit, but Keaton Mitchell should have a big day, and that should open up the passing game. I don't think East Carolina has much trouble moving the ball. I think they'll score in this game because, again, they like to run the ball, and, again, that will open up the passing game. But when I look at South Florida, I think they can move the football as well. They've actually been pretty good offensively recently. You know, as you know, this is not a great ECU run defense, and this is an ECU team that, as I've said over the years, a lot of the time at the point of attack in the offensive and defensive line, they're just not good enough. I mean, they aren't. You know, they're giving up about 4.5 yards a carry, nothing to write home about. I think in this game, I'm kind of looking at 56.5 and feeling like it's a little too low. I think this South Florida team is getting better on the offensive end, scoring 27 or more in 3 of the last 4. So I'm looking at, if I can get like a 56-ish, I'm looking over the total.
Big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, joining us. We'll talk to Jeff coming up Thursday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Our show kicks off at 3:30, getting you ready for the 7:30 kickoff. Jeff, I'll run over some other games with you, and then we'll get to what you like here earlier in the week. But we've got a top 10 matchup in East Lansing. It'll be Michigan at Michigan State. Wolverines, a road favorite in that game, total low 50s. We're getting to that point where these Big Ten teams are going to start eating each other. So who comes out on top in the rivalry game coming up on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, this is a real good game. I mean, this is a terrific one to, I think, go to and watch. It's just that typical, late October, early November Big Ten slugfest. Look, Michigan State has one thing they do really well and one thing they don't do well, Clip. They're actually very good running the football, and they're very good at stopping the run. Michigan State will have trouble with teams that can attack them vertically. So, you play in Ohio State, you're going to have trouble. This is a horrific pass defense. They're really bad. The problem that Michigan has is I don't know if they can attack them vertically. They're without their best receiver, Michigan. They have been for a while. I'm looking at this and saying, like, I'm being, 100% honest. I'm not sure why Michigan State's 4-point dogs here. I'm just being kind of honest. I think that's wild. I think this should be, I don't know, is the wrong team favored here? I get maybe not. You maybe want to make Michigan a 1.5-point favorite. Okay, so be it. But 4? I mean, Michigan State's the home team here. Now, these teams, if you know anything about Michigan, Ann Arbor and East Lansing are not very far away from each other. It'll be a great crowd and a great atmosphere. But I think this is a close, low-scoring game. I think Michigan State surely has the better quarterback, the better offense. And a defense that I think really plays against what I think Michigan wants to do. I'm blown away that Michigan State's a dog. I think this is the game for Mel Tucker where he kind of shows everyone in this conference that this is the second-best team in this group, and it's probably not close.
Jeff, let's stay in the Big Ten. If you lose a game, you want to lose it early. Ohio State did that. Now they have everything in front of them, including dates with Michigan and Michigan State later on in the year. This week they have Penn State, who is a ranked team, but Ohio State, since that loss, has been very impressive, and it shows in the line. They are 18.5-point favorites against Penn State, total sitting at 60. I mean, do you think the Buckeyes roll here over Franklin and the Nittany Lions?
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me who do I think wins the national title, I would tell you it's Ohio State. I mean, do you want to face this team? Because I don't. I mean, this offense is incredible. And what does every team have? The problem, even Georgia. I mean, offense, you're a bit concerned about. This is a really good offensive team that I have no interest in stepping in front of. It seems like Penn State Clip is wounded and they're on the ropes and they're just looking to be knocked out at this point. I don't know really how else to back this team. The quarterback play has been horrific as usual. And when we look at Penn State over the years, Clip, they've had some really good pieces, good defenses, good receivers, great running backs, but the big problem has been quarterback, and that's no different this year. I think James Franklin is on his way out either way. I think he'll move on and go somewhere else. I think people in Happy Valley are starting to get sick and tired of him and his behavior. That was downright embarrassing what happened last week. Clip, I'll forever, we've had this conversation before, you and I. How difficult is it to run the football on the 2-yard line on a 2-point conversion? Why do teams constantly throw? I don't understand. I don't get it, salud, whatever. But, you just continue to throw. It's like, run the ball. If you don't get in, you don't get in. But, yeah, I'm not stepping in front of Ohio State. I have no interest. I feel like you're getting a little bit of value here. I thought this might be a bit higher. 18.5. Ohio State's putting up 50 like it's their day job, so I'm not getting in front of that.
Jeff, let me ask you about a big one in the American, because this could be a winner faces Cincinnati in the AAC championship. Undefeated SMU, loss Houston at Houston, and Houston's actually a 1-point favorite, basically a pick'em here with the total at 62. What, if anything, separates these teams with Holgorsen and Sonny Dykes, in your opinion?
Yeah, I'm not really buying Houston. I mean, Clip, look at this schedule. I mean, what the hell do you have here?
I agree, and look, I'm going to give the Pirates defense credit here. They look the best they've looked since the Skip Holtz back-to-back Conference USA Championship days. But for Houston to get shut out in the second half the way they were Saturday night, I mean, they looked very beatable, and East Carolina had 2 chances late in that game to beat Houston on the road, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm just not real impressed with Houston. I mean, even look back to Game 1. I mean, what the hell happened in the second half if you're Houston against Texas Tech? Because they were up 21-7 at the half against Texas Tech and lost 38-21. I mean, that's just dreadful. They're horrific in the second half, and they better not screw around this week because SMU will blow you right out. SMU is taking care of every opponent they've had to take care of. They played some good out-of-conference teams as well, beat La Tech, beat TCU. This is a team that I think has one of the better offenses in the country. Nobody talks about. I play college fantasy, Clip, and I have Tanner Mordecai as my quarterback. What a great quarterback he is in fantasy. This guy just puts up numbers. They have one of the best receiving corps in the country. I'm really surprised that SMU is a dog in this game. I'll be on them for sure. I think sometimes you have to just say to yourself, what makes sense here? I think SMU is a better football team than Houston.
Jeff Nadu joining us. We'll talk more with him on Thursday. But before we wrap it up today, Jeff, what other college games are you looking at here on a Tuesday?
Yeah, well, I think a really interesting game is out in the Mountain West. Fresno State, San Diego State, two totally different teams. San Diego State wants to keep the ball on the ground. Their quarterback is not someone that's going to beat you deep. They're just a team that I think really has to, if they can't run the ball effectively, they're going to have some real problems. And generally in these types of matchups, I want the better quarterback. I want the better offense. And I want the Fresno defense that has been terrific this year against the run. This is another game. I think this is the week of you just have to do with what you think makes sense. And I'm also not really understanding why Fresno is an underdog. I know that San Diego State's ranked and undefeated, but I don't know. I'm not really blown away at anything they've done this year. This is a Fresno team that is really battle-tested. I mean, you look at what they've done so far. They played Oregon. They've played UCLA. They played Nevada. They went to Wyoming. They even beat UCLA and almost beat Oregon. So, when I look at San Diego State, I think you have to kind of look at the body of work and say, well, what have they done? I mean, they beat Utah, pretty good win there. But I'll take the better quarterback, the more battle-tested team, and the team that is really good against the run. I don't know if San Diego State can keep up with what Fresno State wants to do. I like the Bulldogs here in a little battle of California.
Jeff Nadu joining us, big man on campus. You can follow him on Twitter at JeffNADU, at patreon.com/BMOC to hear him break down all the action in depth. And also, if you're a fan of Mafia history, The Mob, you can check out the Sit Down podcast as well, as Jeff is rolling along with that. Big man, great stuff today. We'll reconvene with you on Thursday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate.
I look forward to a clip. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We got about 5 games to go. The college season, when it starts, it goes so fast when it finishes by that time. So I look forward to speaking with you on Thursday. Thank you.
All right, there he is, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. We'll talk some football with him during the Bud Light pregame tailgate coming up this Thursday beginning at 3:30. We talked about posters earlier in the day, and Chandler just notified me that there is a poster out for Rough and Rowdy. This is the amateur fighting competition that Barstool Sports puts on. Rough and Rowdy 16. It's about respect, and it has a picture of half of Jeff Nadu's face and half of Jersey Jerry's face. They will be in an
It's actually pretty sick.
Actual boxing match coming up at the West Virginia in West Virginia, I should say.
West Virginia.
Mountain Mama. December 10th will be the date. And we'll be watching along, watching 2 non-boxers box each other.
Yep.
And Jeff Nadu is one of those. So
crazy.
We'll be in Team Nadu. We'll be in Nadu's corner for this one.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Pulling for the big man to pick up the win. But I still can't believe this is actually happening. So
I'm just looking at this poster, man. This is like legit stuff.
Yeah, and we'll see how legit the fight is on December 10th. All right.
Before you go to break, if you haven't had a chance, ECU football just released their hype video for the Painted Black game. They're calling it the Night of the Boneyard, and it's actually really well done. So
Night
check
of
it
the
out.
Boneyard. I love at the end of it with the players in the black jerseys. It looks very intimidating. So, just the audio of it.
Yeah, I was
Bootstrap Bill.
Will Smith. Independence Day with Tommy Lee Jones. Wait.
Unleash the Kraken.
I meant to say Men in Black with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes. You're thinking of Bill Pullman. No.
Independence Day.
Is it Bill Pullman?
With Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks and Bootstrap Bill. I don't know why, but I love saying Bootstrap Bill and a pirate.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit.
With Will Smith.
Will Smith. My son. Will Smith.
Portraying Muhammad Ali as Will Smith.
Ali. It's like, well,
Orlando Bloom as Will Smith in Pirates of the Caribbean, Night at the Boneyard.
That movie he's in with Kevin James. I don't know the title of it.
You've heard all the ghost stories, Mrs. Turner. Well, wake up, you're in one. That was
Stick to the script.
Shirley Rose is Will Smith.
Shmee. There was a Shmee in the old Hook movies.
Was it? It's only my favorite movie of all time as a kid.
Robin Williams.
Jurassic Park featuring Sam Neill.
Jeff Goldblum.
And I gotta do my Jeff. Ooh.
Rufio was my favorite character in a movie as a child.
Who?
Rufio from Hook, featuring Robin Williams as Peter Pan. Run Home Jack was a scene from that film.
Was that Dustin Hoffman?
Dustin Hoffman portrayed
the very one.
Captain Hook got his arm bit off by a gator.
What a silly goose.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Stephen Igoe joins us next. Sometimes you just got to get it all out of you, you know? You got to get out the sillies. because we're going to be super serious in hour number 3.
Oh, I bet.
Of today's Pirate Radio Live. Igloo joins us after this.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
The whole family's home. It's almost time to eat again, but you don't feel like cooking again. So close the microwave, put away that box of instant whatever, drop your spatula, pick up the phone, and get a big bow box delivered with 8 pieces of legendary fried chicken, fluffy buttermilk biscuits, fixins, and tea. Because no one ever said a home-cooked meal has to be cooked at home. Just tap your favorite delivery app for a big bow box at your front door. It's bow time.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Are you starting to plan your holiday travel for this year? Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents. There for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout? Not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Carlton Venters or Brandon Manning at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak and our seafood delight pasta. The Rick House is open for lunch daily from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Take a break from your workday with lunch at the Rick House. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road, beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit QualityEquip.com to find the location near you. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We'll make you a winner coming up. We'll do it at the end of this segment, so stick around for that. Real quick, before we get to our guest, Stephen Igoe, as we bring him on, he can chime in on this if he'd like. Chris Vanini from The Athletic says, tweets out about 5 minutes ago, the Sunbelt TV deal with ESPN goes until 2031. I've been told the new additions are expected to receive the same payouts as the other football members in the league, perhaps through some reserves. Everyone will be an equal member. He says this is not expected to be the case in the AAC, which has much higher payouts than the Sun Belt and potentially a renegotiated TV deal. New AAC members are not expected to receive the same amount as current members. The Sun Belt doesn't pay out as much, so it's easier to fix that, according to Chris Vadini. So, Igoe, welcome to the program. Where is conference realignment and TV negotiations falling right now on your things to keep an eye on and report about?
Well, last week they were pretty high up there because you could not ignore them. I mean, with the news. So I wrote a pretty in-depth column on it on Hoist the Colors, and I did a podcast on it late last week. I can't remember the exact day, but going into the Houston game, it almost overshadowed the prep for the Houston game because of the news breaking. But you know, during the 5-hour and 20-minute rain delay in Houston, had a chance to catch up with some sources at the game and talk about the conference realignment. And, yeah, it was pretty clear that the expectation, and it sounds like not even an expectation, but it will stay the same in terms of the American teams that are remaining in the league are expected to stay right around that $7 million number for the TV deal. And I think the incoming Conference USA schools will basically start out around $2.5 million, and then kind of it'll increase over there over time per year. So that's a significant difference in money. And everybody, and including me, you know, you look at it, ECU is a better football fit for the Sun Belt now with all the teams going there, but those teams are only making like $500,000 to $1 million per year off their TV deal, which is nothing compared to $7 million. So, yeah. I mean, it's such a substantial difference that you factor in the travel and all of that, and really you don't have many actual rivalries or anything. But the TV deal money is just such a big deal, and it separates ECU not only from the incoming Conference USA teams to the American, but the rest of the quote unquote group of five. So they have to stay in the American just for the financial side alone.
Good stuff. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Igoe, we will make some picks. We will briefly talk about the most meaningless NFL game ever coming up between our two teams this weekend. But first, a couple of football news and notes. Talked to Will Turner from Bulls 24/7 a moment ago, and honestly, it was the first time I was kind of looking at the stats, talking to personnel when it comes to USF. And pretty shocking that a team that does not run the triple option this late in the season only has 2 passing touchdowns to 16 rushing touchdowns. So things have been an issue through the air, and it sounds like maybe they've settled in on a quarterback, but that is still not a position of confidence right now, it appears, with South Florida.
Yeah, it's more about the running game, and they got a stable of backs. Their offensive line's really improved from a year ago. And I remember last year watching that game, ECU just really got after their quarterback, who was then Jordan McLeod, who I think transferred to another school and got hurt. But they just could not pass block ECU's blitz for much of the game. You know, didn't have a lot of success running the ball, you know, first year doing what they did. And I think they just kind of went back to the drawing board offensively and said, look, we can't do this. We can't drop back and throw the ball. We don't have the quarterbacks, we don't have the personnel, and so they've gone more to kind of a run-heavy approach, and it's allowed them at times, especially recently, to control the clock, stay in games, and they've got a good run-blocking offensive line. I mean, they're not, one of the best in the American, but they do things together very well, and they operate efficiently as a unit. So they're good at what they do. You know, the wrinkle in this week is their quarterback left the last game with an ankle injury, so even if he plays, he probably won't be 100%. They got a couple of backups who are pretty mobile, too. So you're going to see a lot of read option, a lot of handoffs. But, listening to their coaching staff this week, I mean, Jeff Scott basically said in his press conference, he was like, look, we can't just line up and run the ball because ECU is such a heavy blitz team. We'll just run right into the blitz, and you just can't do that. So he was like, we got to pass the ball effectively this week as well as run it, or else we're going to have a long day offensively.
What's the plan for East Carolina offensively? Jeff Nadu said the Pirates should have success running the football on South Florida. Could this be a big week for Harrison Mitchell?
Honestly, I mean, ECU should be able to do both things at a pretty high level. I mean, South Florida's secondary is not very good. They do have some decent pass rushers, and they've got a couple of good linebackers, but this should be a game that ECU should be able to score points. Pretty much everybody with a pulse has scored against South Florida this year, and if ECU doesn't hit the 30-point mark or over, I consider a pretty disappointed weekend. Now, obviously, Temple scored 14, and they only had 200-something yards of offense, but South Florida also held the clock for 45 minutes. So ECU's defense has to do its part, get the ball back to the offense, which obviously it did versus Houston and versus UCF. But if they can do that, I really do like ECU's offense in this matchup. We talk so much about kind of the matchup side of things, and ECU's offense has struggled the last two games to finish drives, and a lot of that is they just haven't had good matchups, especially in the trenches. So I think as long as they can hold up front, don't turn the ball over, quit shooting themselves in the foot, which seems to happen multiple times per weekend at this point with the offense, they should have success Thursday. But they got to go out and execute. I mean, it's easier said than done with the offense at this point. I mean, they have to go out and prove it every week, and we've yet to see that consistency now for basically almost 3 years.
Stephen Igoe, hoist the colors. You're not wrong about that. What an effort from the defensive side of the ball that second half against Houston, and that kind of spurned on a little offensive flurry there in the fourth quarter. But when the Pirates had a chance to in winning time to win the game at the end of regulation, could not do it. So, Stephen, this I think you pointed this out in your questions and on Hoist the Colors too, that like this is a tough week for the coaches, tough week for the players with the quick turnaround, getting home early Sunday morning on into the morning, and you get a good opponent at least, but man, you just hope that this loss to Houston doesn't stick with you to USF. I feel like the guys have done a good job this year bouncing back from losses and kind of refocusing, putting it together. That might be more difficult to do on a short week like this, but they're going to have to as we're getting close to 48 hours away from kickoff.
Yeah, you really have to find that balance if you're the coaching staff you have to obviously give them rest, but you also have to practice with intent. Like, you can't just go out there and be like, well, we got to rest the guy's legs, so we're not going to go live or team on team. We're not going to wear shoulder pads or anything like that. So, especially with the way ECU plays, and I feel like Mike Houston has alluded to this in the past, they have got to practice with a lot of physicality, a lot of hitting to kind of carry that game speed into Saturday. And I feel like ever since he's kind of made those comments going into the Tulane game, especially coming out of the Charleston Southern game, they have played like that for 3 consecutive games. And now the real challenge is, can you do it on a short week when your body's not feeling 100%? I think, the thing that worries me and probably worries the coaching staff is you got the short week, and that's one thing, and it really is a big deal. For anybody that's traveled, it really does take a toll on you. I went to the game in Houston. I got about 3 hours of sleep on Saturday and a Sunday, and I feel like today it was kind of my first time really feeling back to normal. And the team didn't get back till Sunday at 6 a.m. And so they basically lost a full night's sleep. So they're probably really just getting back to normal. kind of Monday and Tuesday, and now you got to turn around and play, like you said, in 48 hours. So you got that side of it. And then you had the side that ECU took care of South Florida pretty well last year. And again, ECU's not in a position to overlook anybody, but it's human nature. Maybe they think this is an easier opponent than it really is. So I think Mike Houston and the coaching staff are drilling into their guys that this is going to be a fight, this is going to be a war, and all they have to do is show the Charleston Southern game, which, by the way, also has a mobile quarterback like South Florida, and that should be enough to get the guys motivated. But I think playing at home, Thursday night, blackout, like if the team can't get amped up for an ESPN game at home on a Thursday night, wearing the black unis for the first time since 2019, then something's wrong. So I think in the end they'll be fine.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us. Igoe will circle back to football when we make our picks at the end of this segment. A little on Pirate Hoops. We had Antoine Jackson in to start today's show. He is excited about the new guys, and also when we asked about the freshmen, he said a couple in particular are coming along maybe faster than others, and Javon Small, one of those names that he brought up at point guard, said he could play both guard positions, but he is a name to keep an eye on as well, and overlooked by me, but Coach Jackson made sure that I didn't overlook him, was Brandon Johnson, a freshman from Raleigh. So I feel like, the names Reyes and Felton and maybe even Mosher, at least from my perspective, have been mentioned more than guys like Small and Johnson. But I wanted to point out that Coach Jackson was excited about those freshmen.
Yeah, the Johnson kid's a really interesting one because he's actually, he is a freshman eligibility-wise, but he's coming from junior college where he played, but he didn't have a year of eligibility counted against him due to the COVID deal. So he's got a year of JUCO under his belt. I think his senior year he put up some pretty huge numbers in the Raleigh area, and usually that translates pretty well to the college level. Went to JUCO, had pretty good numbers. I was told when they recruited him, they loved his athleticism, they loved his upside. He was just raw, and I think ever since he's gotten to campus, the rare case of maybe he was even a little bit bigger than they initially thought, which usually is the opposite as far as the player's size and that sort of stuff. So I think they feel like they've found a potential gem in Johnson, JUCO kid with full eligibility remaining. I think he'll help in the paint, kind of rebound, athleticism, that sort of stuff. And then you also got Javon Small, and it's not a surprise for me to hear that he's kind of further ahead because he's coming from Compass Prep, which was probably the top or the second best prep program in the country last year in Arizona. Super good program, super good basketball. He was practicing against Ty Washington, a 4-star recruit, every day in practice. He's now at Kansas, I believe. So, athletic guard. Again, I don't think he'll be a huge scorer right away, but he's got a good feel for the game. I was out at practice last week, and he was on the drive and made a sick left-handed, and he's a right-handed guy, left-handed over-the-shoulder pass to Vance Jackson in the corner who made a three. And, it's just been a while since I've seen an ECU guard do that. So, it's just an intriguing roster. I think that it's going to take some time for them to really work out who fits where, who really shines in a game. And I think you're going to see a ton of early rotations, early looks at different players in different spots in those first 3 home games before you go into that Myrtle Beach tournament, which theoretically should be your first real test.
Coach Jackson would not give me anything, and I mean anything, to his credit on the scrimmage with NC State. Not on the air, not off the air. He was pretty tight-lipped about it. Has anything leaked to you about that scrimmage?
Not much. I had an NC State guy who covers the team who talked to an NC State source, said that State won fairly comfortably, whatever that means, and that ECU, in this source's opinion, did not look too impressive. So, I don't know if that's good or bad or whatever. A couple years ago, we heard that ECU beat Wake Forest in a scrimmage, and they ended up still not being very good. So, I don't know. And I also don't know who actually played for ECU. Alonzo Frank, the transfer from South Carolina, he was out last week of practice, so I doubt he played. If he did, I'm sure it wasn't much. And the same thing with Winston Tabbs coming back from a knee injury. So you could have been down 2 starters. You're working different situations. You're trying to figure out which of your freshmen are ready to play. So, it would be nice to know what exactly happened in the scrimmage, but outside of hearsay and little stuff here and there, I haven't heard a whole lot.
All right, got our hoops talk in. Let's see. Before we get to the picks, I want to. How about the Meaningless Bowl coming up on Sunday? Washington, Denver.
Man, honestly, until you said something as I got on the air with you, I had not thought a single second. I'm not even kidding.
Well,
a single second about that game since like the calendar turned.
Well, hold on, because I didn't know they were playing until you said via text on Sunday. I just saw the score. Do the Chiefs suck? And I said everybody sucks. And then you said wait till next Sunday. Which
I said till the calendar turned to Monday. Like this, usually I'm like,
how many calendars do you have? Calendars are monthly, not weekly, Igoe.
I have a weekly calendar.
All right, so you turned your calendar. Last week's in the past. Boy, what a week it was. Let's turn the calendar to this week. And so you did think about it briefly on Sunday.
Yes.
Point being, I don't care at all. Season's over for me. You guys are like 3-4. I mean, you can get back to 500.
Man, no. This game doesn't matter. They could win, and what good does it do? I think they play at Dallas next.
I'm already wanting my team to lose all their games. That's where I'm at.
Oh, I'm the same way, man. I'm already watching college football on Saturday, trying to see if there's a quarterback in this class that Denver can get with a top 10 pick. I mean, it's this year. The crazy thing is, you've got a defensive-minded coach who's like this defensive genius, and you've got good defensive personnel, and the defense sucks. Like, what's the point of having?
You talking about my team or your team?
Coach. I don't know. I'm talking about my team, but I think I'm talking about your team too.
Yeah.
So it's just a joke, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will not be getting together to watch this game because neither one of us care about it. Let's get to some real quick. Braves Astros. What do you think?
I've never been a bigger Braves fan in my life.
All right. I like to hear that. I saw your brother today. I saw a very excited Jay at the Stop Shop. He secured some tickets. He was pumped up, Igoe.
Oh, yeah? He's going?
Yeah.
He's a big Braves fan.
Yeah.
And yeah, I talked to some of my friends, one of those being Jay Long's son, and who runs the Stop Shop, by the way. And I know that they were planning on going to the games this coming weekend. So that'll be awesome, man. I hope that they are in a position where they win at least one of these first two to where they can really kind of take hold of the series.
Oh, man.
I hate the Astros, and I hate Carlos Correa, and I hate Jose Altuve.
Okay, thank you. I let your hate run through it. Let's get some picks. Stephen Igoe is the best college football handicapper on this show. 25-14-1 against the spread this year, Stephen. And again, these aren't even like games you like. These are the 5 games a week that I just give us to pick. And you are 11 games over 500. That is amazing. I'm 21-18-1, so we're both over 500 against the spread this year somehow, some way. Last week, Igoe had his second straight 4-1 week. I was 2-3. So let's keep it going, Stephen. ECU has no business being 10-point favorites against anybody. Having said that, the score that's popping in my head is high 30s to low to mid 20s. So with that being the case, I'm taking the Pirates here. I wish the line was lower, but I like East Carolina to have I don't know about a Tulane-like performance, but a Tulane-like score. So give me the Pirates minus 10.
Yeah, this game is interesting. South Florida had not won an FBS game in over 700 days until they beat Temple.
Which is why I picked Temple last week, and you picked USF, and you were right.
Yeah, and I feel like they were coming off a tough loss versus Tulsa, and they were going to, kind of use that as fuel. And I feel like now that they won a game, I feel like ECU is going to do what South Florida did last week, use it as fuel, even on a short week, and play well. South Florida, I really do feel like they're improving. Like, I feel like they could come here and easily give ECU a game, and the the Pirates are going to have to win potentially in the fourth quarter. But I also see a scenario where ECU just plays a really good football game and wins 34-20, 34-17, something like that. I'll probably stick with a more conservative prediction, but even 31-20 gets it done. So give me ECU, but I don't feel great about it. I can see this one being a touchdown game.
Wow, way to cover all your bases there. For you, this one...
It's possible.
Thank you. This one's all about fuel, it sounds like, for you. This is your one fuel game of the year, Igoe.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Boom! I've seen Fuel live in concert. I bet you have too.
I think I was supposed to see them one time at a festival and it got rained out or something.
I can't believe all the X Fest and all the crap you've been to, you've never seen Fuel. They had, of course, Too Far Away From Me to Hold, but the best one was Layla, Layla in my hair. That was a jam.
I don't even need to see Fuel. I'll just go listen to you sing it.
All right, next game. Let's stay in the American because we are Americans, although one of these teams is not staying in the American. What do you think about Houston being a favorite over SMU, Stephen?
I feel like SMU every year under Sonny Dykes started really good, faded down the stretch. But I'll tell you what, I was not too impressed by Houston last week.
Do we factor in a delay, maybe looking ahead, or do you factor that in when you think about what you saw out of Houston last week?
I mean, I think you have to factor in the delay and the fact that there was 14 people in the stands.
Yeah.
Not that Houston has like a robust home field advantage. I mean, even when I went, when they had the great Major Applewhite in 2017, it was pretty full, but just like
dead
into the game. Yeah, it's pretty dead. But you know what? Whatever. Give me Houston. I feel like it's a sucker bet. They're trying to get you to take SMU, and I feel like Houston's going to win.
Well, guess who's the sucker? I am. I will take the Mustangs.
We're still talking about an SMU team here that should have lost to Louisiana Tech. By the way, SMU offensive line has historically struggled. I think they're better, but Houston's defensive front, man, that group is legit, and I could see them giving SMU's offense a lot of problems.
Did you catch up with former ECU O-line coach Brandon Jones during your time at Houston?
I didn't catch up with him, but I did watch him intently on the sideline after several East Carolina sacks. And he would just come over and mosey on over to his group and just, it looked like at times he wasn't even say anything, but he would, just stare at the guy who gave up the sack in the face and just look at him for 20 seconds.
All right.
And then he probably just said, I am.
Average. Michigan, a road favorite at Michigan State. Jeff Nadu said the line should be the other way. I don't who's real? Are either of these teams real? They're both undefeated, top 10.
Man.
Say what?
Neither of these teams are real, and that's why I don't want to pick this game.
Again, if you don't want to pick it, okay, you have to have reserve games to tell me. So what game do you want to pick? You want to do Washington, Denver?
Because, no, I'm not picking that game. Who is the favorite in that game, by the way?
Denver by 3.
Let me. I don't like either of these teams. You said it's at Michigan State.
Yeah. Michigan State is Michigan's a 4.5 point favorite.
You go first.
I'll take the road team, I'll take the home underdog, Michigan State.
Yeah, I feel like Michigan State, I want to say it's the very end of their schedule. It's just ridiculous, and it might be starting with this stretch against Michigan. But I think they keep this little magical run going one more week. Michigan State, nothing fires them up more than beating Michigan. I feel like Mel Tucker's got one more rabbit to pull out of his hat before they just kind of fade down the stretch. I'll go to Michigan State here. Sparty.
Auburn is a 3-point home favorite against Ole Miss. I like betting against Bo Nix on the road. Not sure about home. I'll take. I'm gonna take Auburn at home.
3.5.
3.
Auburn. I think Ole Miss is good, but they still don't have much of a defense.
It's interesting to see, like, when Georgia plays Kentucky and what the line is. We're talking about the number 1 team versus the number 14 team, and the line's like 20-something. It really shows you that instead of rankings, we should have tiers almost. And this is a case of that. Ohio State, Penn State, 2 top 20 teams. Ohio State's an 18.5-point favorite, almost 3 touchdowns, Igoe, over Penn State. You pick first. This one is in Columbus.
I feel like there's going to be an overreaction to Penn State losing at home to Illinois. Everybody's going to take Ohio State, and I see this being a dogfight. So give me Penn State to cover.
I'll take Ohio State. Tony Peterson and that offense, getting it done against Penn State in 9 overtimes.
Yeah, it only took them 9 times to finally punch it in.
Hey, look, we've always said it, though. You give Tony Peterson 9 chances, he's going to get it in.
Man, he never got 9 chances at ECU.
Yeah. Steven, what do you got going on? Hoist the Colors. There's a real and a fake VIP chat going on. Folks can check out.
Yeah, you're running the fake one, right?
Yep.
It's more entertaining than mine. I don't know about you, but I'm just fatigued of answering questions about the East Carolina offense, and like so many people want to ask about the quarterback situation, and I think like every week in the VIP chat I get asked about that 20 times. People legitimately still think that Holton Ahlers is only playing because his dad is a PA announcer and he's from Greenville, so I had to deal with that.
Do you think Cliff Godwin, because look, girls can play baseball. Do you think, and my daughter has never played baseball or softball, but if I continue to do PA for baseball, do you think Lily could potentially start at shortstop for ECU baseball one day?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, after hearing all the strings that Pirate Radio already pulls, I mean, just imagine how much more the stranglehold on ECU athletics will grow over that time. Once Lily is of age in terms of being able to go to college, I think that Pirate Radio will be East Carolina University itself. So
awesome.
Starting shortstop. What would the year be? 20?
She's 7th grade. Do the math. 5 years, 6 year, 20, 27, 6, somewhat 7.
Okay, there you go.
All right, Igoe, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I don't know if I answered your question, but we got some new content on South Florida game. I have a new podcast out tomorrow, so yeah, check that out. Also, there will be an official visitor at the game on the recruiting side. We just reported on, so yep, check it out. Appreciate you guys.
Later, Bo. There is Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. Let's take a timeout, and as we do, open up the booty bag, Shirley Rhodes.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. What do you want to give away on this Tuesday?
How about a $25 gift card to E&S Hemp Company?
Sounds like a plan. What caller are you looking for?
I'm going to go with caller number 10 today.
All right, 317-1250. We will give away that and come back with more after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri 63118.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal, while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. West Park also offers financing, service, and is your local ARE camper shell dealer east of I-95. Outfit your truck with the best technology around with ARE camper shell at West Park Motor Company. West Park Motor Company with locations in Greenville and Washington, and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
Ooh, look at all that Parmesan cheese on that papadilla. Our freshly folded flatbread filled with juicy meats and melted cheese now has a crunchy, toasty outside. Now that's what's Papa. Order today at papajohns.com.
Hey Pirate fans, order the new Parmesan Crusted Papadilla for only $7. The new Parmesan Crusted Papadilla is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service the #1 priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. The combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard, conventional, government, and portfolio loans is something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. And congratulations to Matt Lewis of Washington, picked up a $25 gift card to E&S Hemp Company. Are you one that has been waiting before trying CBD? Well, ENS Hemp is the area's leader in CBD, and they want to educate you on how their products work. Get relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD today at ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue or online at eshempcompany.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Broad.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. We've talked Pirate Hoops with ECU basketball assistant coach Antoine Jackson. We've talked Pirate football with Kevin Monroe and Stephen Igoe. We'll mix in some baseball talk, some fall ball talk maybe next week. Remind me to ask Igoe about that next Tuesday. Let's continue on with our Bud Light ECU report and hear from Donnie Kirkpatrick. Shirley, you got those up. I'll give you a moment if you don't, but Shirley's the best producer in the game. Maybe I'll remember to thank her after the show today, but I am thinking about potentially saying thank you.
So many thoughts.
Thank you for thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear from Donnie Kirkpatrick as he met with the media on Monday evening.
It's a broken record. Everybody's tired of hearing it. I'm tired of saying it. I mean, you're tired of hearing it, I know. But it is the same thing. You know, the first quarter, I thought we really came out ready to play, and that was hard to do. I got to give the kids some credit. That was a long, weird day. Now, I've had a couple of delays. We've had all kinds of things happen when you've been in it as long as I have. I've never had one of those days where, you know, it was that long of a delay and nobody was giving us any good information. Nobody seemed to know what was going on. So the kids handled it well. We came out, thought we played really well in the first quarter. We should have gotten a score. Touchdown, I thought, on the first drive. We dropped the ball. That kind of put us behind the chains a little bit. We missed a protection there on the third down throw. We got the field goal. They answered. We came back, scored. You know what I'm saying? Great drive. We go back up. They answered again. It's going to be an exciting game. You know, that's what everybody wants to see anyhow. And then we actually have a play, and we got the post wide open. The free safety fell down. He was on his back. So nobody's on CJ, and he's throwing to CJ. We missed a block, and he got hit, and we got a fumble. Now, you gave them good field position. The momentum switched, and right now we're not good enough to overcome that stuff. We keep making that key mistake, but we were really playing well. Didn't think we played too good in the second and third quarter. Fourth quarter, we got it going again, and, you know, scored 2 touchdowns there. I think we're in position to win the game. If I'd have been a betting man, I would have bet we'd have won the game. But turnovers were the huge deal in the game. We gave them 2 good field positions right there that they turned into scores. They gave us 1 back, you know, which that's what it is. You know, if you have to go 80 yards, you're not going to score very often. You know, Alabama doesn't score going 80 yards all the time. You get those short fields, you got to capitalize. We got 1, we capitalized. We gave them 2, and that was probably the difference in the game was just those turnovers, I thought.
When you went to choosing what play you were going to run in the overtime, what were your options?
Well, you know, they scored first play. Okay, so, you know, we thought it was good. We're going to be on defense first. Then you'd know, do we have to get a field goal? Do we have to play for a touchdown? So we knew that was still a good part. Once we knew we had to score a touchdown, we knew we were in 4-down territory. So our thoughts were, we just given up a big score. Now let's don't just panic, you know, and say, okay, we got to throw it to the end zone. Like we got to score the first play because that you don't get any style points. As long as you score, you tie it, and then we go to the next overtime. So then we got 4 downs. We ran a play that we'd been wanting to run. We hadn't been able to get to it because we got behind. It was a run play. I think we got 4.5, 5 yards right there. So now you've got 3 downs to make like 6 yards. So we run. It's really a pass, but it looks like a run. And I was trying to get the ball in Ryan Jones's hands because I think he's a playmaker. It was a play that had worked very successfully earlier. The defense end made a pretty good play. It still should have just been like a 1-yard gain, but we fumbled the ball. So that was the thought process was let's don't panic. Let's show confidence. Let's drive the ball. Let's get it down here. Let's get it into makeable, you know, and then win it in the second overtime. Didn't work out that way.
All right, there's part of Donnie Kirkpatrick. We got to get another break in, right, Shirley? So let's do that right now. We went commercial free for a while with Igoe there. So we got to take another time out. We'll come back, have more for you on this Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac CT5 lease at $489 a month, 10,000 miles a year for 36 months for qualified buyers. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey, this is John Grillo, the Bagel Man. You know I love bagels. I don't settle for frozen bagels. That's why we make our bagels right here in Greenville from scratch every day. If you're coming into Bagel Man, you'll notice that there's some renovation going on. Our menu is bigger and better than ever. Our sandwiches, heroes, subs, salads, wraps, bagel dogs, fresh baked pastries, and our new coffee bar. Soon we're going to be opening for dinner. Don't forget Bagel Man for all your catering needs on Fire Tower Road in Greenville.
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? You can learn about the benefits of CBD right here in Greenville at the Hemp Garden. Hemp Garden offers a variety of products and solutions that are truly making a difference in our community. Hemp Garden also provides products that can assist with energy and focus. Have a pet? Come check out their selection of CBD pet products. Visit Hemp Garden to speak with a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that utilizes fresh and local ingredients. With influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine, the Dap House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy $1 off drafts on Tuesday, half-price flights on Wednesday, half-price wine bottles on Thursday, and $1 oysters Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out their website at daphouse.com. nc.com.
Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhells and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Bruce Bivens. Join me and the other Pirate Radio athletes exclusively each Monday on PRL. Pirate Radio is the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. out. And if you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, a pool walkway, a fire pit, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. Or you can stop by the Carolina Hardscapes Outdoor Showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic's Oak Furniture. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes. Now let's head back into PRL because here's Clip Brown.
All right, we have yet another break to take, but before we do that, let's hear more Donnie Kirkpatrick as he met with the media on Monday night and answered questions. Let's hear it right now.
Holden, I talked to him earlier about the play. I think it was the second to last drive. You guys had the ball trying to take the lead, and he had a chance to maybe run, throws across his body. I guess how frustrating are those plays, and is there any way to get him to really focus on running?
Well, I think in the quarterback room, that's probably the drive that mattered. The turnovers and all that stuff like that. But we practice 2-minute every week, and I tell you what, we're really good at it out there in practice. We go against our defense. It's a really competitive drill, and we have some tough situations. We just had a situation. We had 48 seconds and no timeouts, and we went down there and scored, in practice. So, I had a lot of confidence that we'd do that. It did come down to a big third down, and he got flushed from the pocket. And if he would have, now hindsight's always 20/20. If he'd have run, I think for sure he would have made the first down. If nothing else, it would have been really short and we would have went for it. And so that's the one he's beating himself up over. I am too. Every quarterbacking is all about making decisions. It's just about making decisions if you have the talent to do it. The problem is you can never recreate the same situation. It's always a little bit different. 11 on 11, every time is different. So, you practice, those situations come up that are similar. It's never exactly the same. And we encourage the quarterback, pull it down. You got to run it. You got to make that play. But you got to be able to do that just on that spot, that moment. So we had a very similar play today. Believe it or not. Okay, maybe lucky. Maybe it's something coming our way. And he did. He pulled it down. He ran it. Whatever. So we had a little mild celebration out there today. So I'm in a little better mood just because he did that. But he played really well, minus a couple of those decisions, which it's always the deal though at quarterback. Make better decisions.
I know specifically ball security drills are more of a camp thing than a mid-season thing, but after 3 fumbles in a week, do you?
Well, you know what? The sad part of that is we've continued to do them every Wednesday practice. As today was kind of a Wednesday practice, and we did them today, and they've been tough drills too. I mean, usually after the preseason, you kind of go through the motions a little bit. They've been competitive, with the defense going after it, trying to strip the ball. So we've tried to emphasize that, and I really thought that we'd done a pretty good job of that until Saturday. We did not. Now we had the fumble last week at Central Florida, a little bit too. So now we've had 2 weeks in a row. So we even amped it up more today, and that's one of those things you've got to harp on it. You got to emphasize it. You can't just get them thinking about it too much, though. But it's fundamental stuff right there. But Snead had one. He's not a big fumble guy. We hadn't had a history of that. As had Keaton, not either. Quarterback getting hit in the pocket. The one, he was literally throwing the ball. He didn't see the guy. You get hit. That's just one of those things. He had another fumble though. That was just a bad decision. He was going to try to flip the ball, and he should have just been running that one too. So, Tyler, I think the guy just kind of overwhelmed him a little bit. The guy just out pulled the ball on him a little bit there. So he probably had it a little bit loose. So.
All right, Donnie Kirkpatrick there talking about some miscues, some fumbles as well. Let's get our last break in. Shirley will come back, wrap up this Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
Domino's new warm oven-baked dips and twist combos are making a lot of noise in the pizza world.
Holy cow.
That's good. There's cheesy marinara with dippable bread twist.
So cheesy. So tomatoey.
Sweet and cinnamony baked apple dip.
Now that is sweet.
And melty 5 cheese dip.
Hold up. 5 cheeses?
Try our new oven baked dips and twist combos or any 3-topping pizza for $7.99 each when you carry out from Domino's. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers' family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind Air U on Corey Road, Greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, offense coordinator for ECU football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market. It was another good day today. The Dow was up 15 points at 35,756. The NASDAQ was ahead 9 at 15,235, and the S&P was up 8 at 4,574. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now, back to you, Clip.
All righty, we are wrapping it up here on a Tuesday. Thanks to everybody for tuning in to today's program. I had a fun one, and we'll be back with you Wednesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, I am Clip Rock. Go Braves.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio.